this week on Strong Arm Sports Podcast. At the start of the season, and LeParis, correct me if I'm wrong, the narrative was the Rockets are not going to be as good this year. They are a worse team this year than last year because they lost all their defense. They lost Ariza, they lost Luke, Richard, and Mbamute, and then we ain't really counting him for defense, and they lost Lou Will.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we grinning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog.
Yes, sir. What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the best damn sports talk podcast in all the land.
True.
Bro, I added something new. I said we the best damn sports talk podcast in all the land.
True.
Okay, I'm making sure you with me, man. We are back to wrap up the previous week of sports in dramatic fashion. That means with no BS, no sugarcoating, no biases, only the strong arm truth. Now, if this happens to be the first time you've caught this show here on YouTube, but maybe you listening on any of our various podcast channels, because we on Spotify, we on iTunes. What else? You hear me? What else? We on ऊPodOmatic. What else? What I say? Now I'm lost. iTunes, Spotify, ऊPodOmatic. What else we on?
Everything.
We everywhere.
We on
Anyway,
everything.
if this happens to be the first time you've heard this show, I'm one half of the show. I go by the name of KSpadeTheProspect.
And I'm your boy, leparavis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir.
Spade. I know. I could not wait to get
Me neither.
to get to the show. You want to know why?
Because it's a good show.
No, because I seen you on Twitter. You was in your bag, bro. I don't know if you was in your Louis or your Gucci. Wait a minute. Did we cancel Gucci on this show?
Yeah, I wasn't in no Gucci.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Louis or your Supreme bag. I don't know which bag you was in, but you was in your bag about your Rockets. Now I know.
They not my Rockets. Relax. They're not my Rockets.
What you mean? I seen you on Twitter, bro. I seen you.
Bro, first of all, I did not see you on Twitter. Okay?
Why not? Oh, and first of all, y'all, let me explain something to y'all. Because of last week's show, y'all, y'all already know Spade said, hey, Tyra. Like, it's been a running joke on Twitter all week. Spade saying, hey, Tyra.
That's not a joke. That's my boo.
I just brought it to Spade is in love with Tyra Banks.
We're in love with each other,
Spade
bro.
Attention.
We in love with each other.
First of all, no, you're not.
Yeah, we are.
She's in love with Bow Wow.
Stop it, bro.
I brought it to Spade attention. I brought it to his attention that Bow Wow and Tyra, they made out. They kissed each other numerous times.
Stop it, bro. Stop.
They did. So Spade, listen, I want my homies, especially the mystery girl, like the one. I want my bros to pick good females. So he picking Tyra. I'm like, Spade, you know Tyra kissed Bow Wow.
No, that's not what you said.
2-3 times.
That is not. No, hold up.
2-3 times.
Now I gotta tell him the real story.
2-3 times.
I gotta tell him the real story.
Hey, I was trying to be a good friend, y'all.
This is what you did.
Go ahead, Spade.
You text my phone. I'm gonna tell them. I'm not. You know what you did. Listen. LeParis text my phone and said, "Here, man. I know this will make your day." And for those that don't know, Tyra Banks was on the cover.
What was it?
She was on the cover of the Sports Illustrated issue. She's been up there. I don't know, something like 20 years ago. She back. She looked great. And you know, me and Tyra, we got a little thing going on or whatever. So I tell LeParis, like, man, you know, I'm in the know. So I appreciate you sending me this, but I already knew. You know, I already know. I'm in the know. I follow her. You know. So this man texts me back and say, "So you want Bow Wow sloppy seconds?" I said, "Huh? Like, what are you talking about?" I said, "Bro, you know, you must be thinking about Sierra. Like, Bow Wow used to be with Sierra. He never used to be with Tyra." He texts me back and said,
"So what did I, as being a good ass friend, what did I do?"
That's what you call yourself
Pull
being.
receipts.
He said, and I quote,
"Pull receipts."
Bow Wow done had his tongue all down her throat. I said, "Bro, relax." He sent me.
It was true.
He sent me a still of Tyra looking like she finna kiss Bow Wow. I told him, obviously, she mistake Bow Wow for a Make-A-Wish kid. He little bitty little boy. She probably think he, you know, I could see where he could trick somebody into kissing him. I thought we was done with it.
3 times?
Stop it. I thought we was
Three-time
done with
nigga
it.
West?
But Mr. Smarty Pants over here goes to Twitter and tags me in a video of them kissing. So I did the only logical thing was to mute this guy because I'm not finna let you come in between what we got. You know, I'm not finna let that happen. So you got muted. So I did not see you. You say you saw me on Twitter? That's pretty cool. I did not see you. I ain't see you on Twitter.
Spade, listen, am I unmuted?
Are you ready to mature about the situation?
Am I unmuted on Twitter?
Are we never gonna talk the whole Bow Wow Tower thing again?
Right now, I'm about to mute Spade. Right, look, phone.
I didn't do nothing.
I'm gonna mute.
I didn't do nothing to get muted.
Mute Spade. Okay. You muted me, so now I gotta mute you.
But you did something.
For however long I'm muted, that's how long you will be muted. Right now.
That's petty.
Right here
so
on SAS.
you do the crime, and then you wanna. All right, bet. Go ahead.
I was just trying to look out. We know Spade was like, listen, I sent Spade the cover of Tyra Banks, because Spade be looking out. Spade know I got a thing for Rihanna. Hi, Rihanna. You know I got a thing for Rihanna.
You know who else she done kissed? Huh?
See, that's the difference between me and you. I don't care.
Go ahead.
I don't care. You know I got a thing for Rihanna, bruh. So he sends me little clips of Rihanna. I'll be like, damn, she bad. Rihanna is my one. So I don't care who Rihanna kiss. You can say whatever. I don't care. I love Rihanna. Spade getting too emotional about the Bow Wow situation. I was just trying to put him in the night.
It's just me and Tyra relationship a little different than you and Rihanna. You just got a little school crush on Rihanna. Me and Tyra got something.
No.
And I don't appreciate you trying to come in between what we got. But go ahead. You saw me on Twitter. Cool. What was I talking about? Because I don't remember. I don't remember being on Twitter.
Okay.
What'd I do?
Spade. Listen.
Okay.
Listen. The people cannot wait for you to get to this Rockets. To the Houston Rockets. Your team. The Houston Rockets.
My team.
They can't wait. But I'm going to start somewhere else. This is SAS. We're going to start somewhere else. And I want to, listen, like the show did phenomenal.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? SoundCloud, ऊPodOmatic, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. This week was amazing. We was in the low 30s. We hit highest 31.
Yeah.
I thought we was going to get to the 20s. But y'all did. Hey. Nonetheless, y'all did great.
Bro, we was almost down there rubbing shoulders with them ESPN affiliates.
Almost.
They got like the top 20 something on lock. It's all ESPN folks.
Yeah.
And then it's little old us kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
Because of y'all.
Well, we want to thank y'all for that continued support.
Thanks.
But y'all already know this is SAS, and we want to thank y'all for that. And we want to also thank y'all for being like, yo. They tweet us, Spade, be like, yo, this got to be a top. They at me, you, and they at the Strong Arm Sports Twitter account and be like, I mean, I can't see I can't see Spade's name. It just showed up as ... I can't see Spade's name because I'm muted. But anyway, and he muted. He out of here. But they tweet us, Spade, and they be like, yo, y'all got to talk about this. And shout out to the homie. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. I don't remember. But somebody hit us up and was like, yo, we got to talk about this statement that was made on like one of these major sports outlets, Spade, and it was about somebody said Kawhi Leonard is now better than Kobe Bryant.
No. Said Kawhi has had more clutch moments than Kobe Bryant, and that person. Oh, well, we ain't even gonna say no name. He be tripping. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't say no names. Don't say no names. Spade, and we talked about something like this, a little bit of this nature a few weeks ago, and it got me in my feelings, Spade, because I'm so tired of people just living in the moment.
Prisoners of the
Anything
moment.
Big happen, they prisoners of the moment. I'm tired of it, Spade. People, Lillard hit a big three. Oh my God, Lillard is the best point. I'm not here to dispute whether Lillard is the best point guard or not. I'm just giving you examples. Lillard hit a big three. Lillard is the best point guard in the world.
Yep.
Embiid have a 33-point game. Embiid is the best big ever, hands down. Kawhi Leonard's been putting on. Listen, all these players have been playing well. Kawhi Leonard has been putting on a complete show. But to say, and I'm not even y'all about to make me cape for Kobe, and I'm not even a Kobe fan. For somebody to even come out their face and say that Kawhi's better or Kawhi had more clutch moments than Kobe or anything of that sort, with the body of work that Kobe Bryant has given to this association to this league, it makes me not even want to talk about this shit. People will be like, oh my gosh, is Kawhi? They ask questions. Is Kawhi better than Jordan? Give me an example, Spade. Is Ben Simmons better than Magic Johnson? And I'm just giving you examples. Maybe not that one. But I'm just giving you examples of the things they just disrespect the people that came before them. And Spade, it's not even a topic on this show, but it just doesn't sit well with me. It disrespect a guy like a Kobe, and Kawhi has been an NBA champion. He's been a Finals MVP. We know, but Kawhi also they wasn't saying this shit when Kawhi was a Finals MVP last year, played in 11 games, and they was questioning whether or not do Kawhi even care about playing basketball. They was questioning that. Now all of a sudden, after this year, when he played 60 something games, now he's had more clutch moments than Kobe. I think people gotta relax, and we are living in this era when it's all about shock. We gotta say something shocking, clickbaitish, to just grab people in. No way these people believe the nonsense that they are spewing, Spade. And Spade, we can move on. If you're ready, we can move on. Or if you want to share something, then you can share. But that's how I feel. Yeah. People, they gotta stop. They have to stop.
Yeah, here's part of my issue with it. One of our motivations to start this podcast, and the thing that I still feel like, and I never try to shade other people's podcasts or sports shows, whether they got, national syndicated shows or whatever. I never shade anybody else's shows. But what I feel like people kind of, what make people grab on to what we got going over here, it's just the fact that we give you the raw and uncut. And I don't like that. I honestly feel, and LePage, you said this last episode, but I ain't even want to talk about what Buddy said about Kawhi. It's because what happened with that comment is exactly what he wanted to happen. He didn't say that because he truly feel in his heart that Kawhi Leonard has had more clutch moments than Kobe Bryant. He said that because it made the entire internet go crazy and mention him and his show and his comment. And we know that in this business, any type of publicity is good. Whether it's good or bad, it's good at the end of the day. Right. So they achieved exactly what they wanted to achieve. You have a crazy hot take that don't make no sense. Everybody go, this guy's crazy. And they start to debate it. You get a few fools that actually agree with you. And next thing you know, you're trending on social media, which everybody knows is good. I don't get me wrong. As much as I want this show to be successful, I don't want it to be successful that way. And for those of you that know that I came to this platform from being like a gaming YouTuber, you know how easy you can see somebody title a video like the next game be like Madden 20 unreleased footage, and it flocks a lot of folks to the video. You click on it, it'd be Madden 19, and it'd be somebody talking about what they want to see in Madden 20. We call that clickbait. Wow. I've never done that. There were YouTubers way bigger than me that I personally feel like I made better content than, but I had some standards and some morals that I wasn't willing to step outside of. I'm not willing to clickbait and BS and be fake. That's just not who I am, and I'm okay not being at the highest level. If I can look in the mirror and I'm cool with who I am every day, if I don't make it to that next level, I'm cool with that. So my thing, LePage, not only do I have an issue with the shows doing this, there are some people, and I want to believe that it's not many people out there that's watching this show because I think we're different, but there are some people that all they got to do is hear it on ESPN. All they got to do is hear it on Fox Sports. All they got to do is hear it on NBC, ABC, CBS, and they believe it to be fact. If one of these people, I was debating with a person on Twitter, and he told me, Tim Legler just said that. I don't give a shit. You said that like Tim Legler. Look, I ain't got no shade with Tim Legler, but he can't tell me something that my eyes don't see. And that's what we always encourage y'all to do. Stop just listening to what whoever say. I love Stephen A. But Stephen A can sit here and tell you the sky is green. If you look up and that shit blue, are you really going to let Stephen A tell you it's green when you see with your own eyes it's blue? That's how I look at sports. I don't care how long a person played in the league. I don't care how many Academy Awards they won for their show. You cannot tell me something that I don't see. You can't. I just don't believe it. So that's my little rant.
And Spade, we even say on this show, we want y'all to listen and enjoy. But we always say on the show,
we welcome y'all to challenge our opinion.
If you don't,
absolutely.
If you don't, leave it in the comment section.
Get at us. Tweet
me.
We
always, even behind every point, we say that.
Yep.
You don't have to agree with us. But
we don't always agree with each other.
We say, Spade, people, and let me tell you something, what you said that is true. It would be so, especially dealing with the, more so on YouTube than like in the audio world, but on YouTube, it will be so easy to just put some clickbait shit in the title. Easy.
Yeah.
And to get all these views and drawing this traffic. But one thing that you said, we pride ourselves on not doing that. And the content itself is what's going to sell us. Right. It's what's going to sell us. It's what's Spade. Another thing. People really get caught up. They really get caught up in like a major outlet. Spade, they think because me and you go back and forth for something we don't agree with. For example, me and you had for about 3 years, Big Ben Roethlisberger versus Andrew Luck debates, and we both was on the opposite side. And that wasn't no clickbait shit. That's really what we felt. That's what we felt. And like that wasn't no shit for no show. See, and when you can sometimes, Spade, I call you on the phone, I be like, yo, I just watched such and such, and I feel like they was just spewing some shit just for a show to fill up some time. See, we don't do that, man. We usually come to y'all every show with at least 8 or more topics. We got 6 topics today. I just added this topic out the blue because I just remembered. But we got 6 topics today. We ain't just about to give y'all no filler. It's not about to be filler. Yeah. We'd rather give y'all a 4-topic great show than an 8-topic drag.
Than to be up here asking
and that's what we pride ourselves on this show.
Do you think running backs can cut better on turf or grass? And then you got to go the opposite of me. No, I think it's turf. No, you're crazy. It's grass. Now, we don't do that. Matter of fact, let's get into our 6 topics, bro. I feel like Marshawn Lynch. You know why I'm here.
I mean,
you know why I'm here, bro.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get into it.
So let's pay. We got to talk about this Lakers shit.
We do.
What's going on with the Los Angeles Lakers is insane. First of all, if you guys didn't know, well, we told y'all. If you watching, then you know. We already know Walton is out, so they're looking for a new coach. Monty was mentioned, yep. Ty Lue was mentioned. Yep. Monty went to the Suns. Mm-hmm. Ty Lue came in for the interview. Whatever happened, all talks broke down. Ty Lue went on his merry damn way. They left without a new coach. Spade, yes. You guys didn't know, Laker fans, they are upset. They did a little protest. They said it was like 50 folks out there saying fire Rambis and fire Pelinka.
You said 50?
Pelinka, Kobe dude, ain't it?
It was like 50 folks?
Yeah, it was like 50. Yeah, I think it was 50 people.
I think it got to at least be 100 to be a protest.
I mean, it was people. Hey, it was people out there.
I'll go to work.
Spade, they had and again, the little 50 people that was out there protesting, the major sports media was out there, and I'm talking major.
So they can clickbait that up.
The homie Spade just said it got to be at least 100 for a protest.
Yeah, that ain't even
it was
protest.
50 folks out there, maybe less, and the major sports outlets was out there. That's neither here nor there. So they're upset. They want to fire Rambis. They want to fire Pelinka, who is Kobe guy, by the way.
Yep.
You guys didn't know earlier today they hired a coach. Y'all like, damn, who they got?
I don't know if it's official yet. Is it official? Because all I saw was
I want to say
he agreed.
Bro, I want to say it's official.
Okay.
Well, I want to say it's official. What's his name? Frank Vogel?
Yeah,
I remember
you
Vogel.
know who he is? Yeah, don't act brand new. You know my boy Frank.
Indiana. I want to say he coached Orlando. Yeah. Didn't he coach Orlando Magic?
I think so. I know he coached the Pacers.
And it looks like they are bringing Jason Kidd on as an assistant coach.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
And it's all. Let me just say this before you go too. It's also a rumor that LeBron is just letting this shit go. Like LeBron not giving any input. Word on the street is LeBron don't like that. Everybody's been saying over these past couple of years that LeBron been running all the organizations that he's been in, and that he get coaches fired, he gets coaches hired. Yep. So he's staying out of it. He don't want to be in the middle of any of that. He's gonna let them do. He's gonna let them do what they want to do. LeBron is the type of person he might not voice. He'll voice his opinion cryptically.
Or go on his show.
But you going to be...
He'll go on his show.
Or on his show.
And cuss awkwardly.
100% correct.
Ain't LeBron the most awkward cusser?
100%.
Yeah. He don't never sound right cussing, bro. I'll be like, ooh, that's, ugh.
Yeah, Spade, it don't sit well with
me.
Yeah,
it feel weird.
Curse on the court, but we don't really get to hear it. It just don't sound right. It just don't sound like it.
Like, ugh.
But, yeah, like, don't curse LeBron.
Yeah,
like,
man. It just don't sound right, bro. You don't do it right.
But Spade,
yes.
You know, LeBron has showed that, you know, he don't like the hire or whatever, through his emotions. His mannerisms rather. You look on the court and the coach will be trying to talk to LeBron and LeBron will just walk off, or he'll bump into the coach, or his mannerisms will show that he don't like the hire. So I gotta ask you, Spade.
Okay.
Vogel being the Lakers' new coach. Yep. First of all, the Lakers is in turmoil. What is going on over there? That's first. Is Vogel the right guy for the job? Which I'm pretty sure I already know your answer. Do you like Jason Kidd joining as an assistant? And you talked about LeBron legacy. What's this upcoming season going to look like for LeBron and his legacy?
I think Bron will be okay. I'm going to be honest with you. Let me answer that first because that's the easiest question to answer. Anybody who can question LeBron's legacy at this point is just being foolish. Like, Bron can do nothing to tarnish his legacy, in my opinion. I don't care if Bron played the rest of this contract and they never make the postseason for the rest of that contract. The only thing you're going to be able to say is Bron hung around too long, but you can't question that dude's legacy. That dude took a really bad Cavs team to the finals when he was, 21, 22? So, yeah, that's what we're not going to do. As for this Frank Vogel hire, it's weird for me because I can't sit here and say that I think he's the right guy because the Lakers have already told us that they don't think he's the right guy. Can you imagine if a girl came and asked you, I got to use it this way because girls don't really ask dudes to the prom. I ain't get asked to the prom, so let's flip it. As a guy, if you asking a girl for the prom,
I got asked to the prom.
Stop it.
Believe it or not.
You just want to, you feel like
I don't even want to say her name. I'm not going to say her name.
Oh, so was it?
She followed me on Instagram too, but I ain't going to say her name. But she asked me to the prom. I told her no. I ain't go with her.
She what?
That's real talk.
All right, we'll talk about that after the show. She must have been.
But go ahead.
Ugh. Anyway. Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Spade.
Anyway, if you ask a girl and she decided to go with somebody else, are you planning to ask a girl and she decided to go with somebody else before you get to her, and then you ask the second girl and she shut you down, ain't no way in the hell you can convince that third chick that she was the right chick for the job. Like, at this point, we all been in the club when the lights come on. You know, like at the beginning of the night, you try to find like the dimes and you trying to get numbers from them. By the time, I'm from Atlanta, man, the clubs close at 2 a.m. By the time the light come on, bruh, and you ain't got no numbers, trust me, anybody can get spat at that point. So yeah, I don't believe Frank Vogel's the guy for the job. Now, that don't necessarily mean that it won't work out well, because I truly believe that when you got a player that plays to the caliber of LeBron James, I don't think you need a ton of coaching. And I know people don't like when I say that, but that's just what I truly believe. Bron is an on-the-court coach. Bron's going to play well. I've already said, I feel like even if they don't get anybody this offseason, if they take this same team from this season to next season, I truly believe they're going to perform better. They're going to have another year to jail. Bron going to do some things to kind of ice over the burned bridges and relationships that he did personally affect in a negative way, I feel like. I think they're going to be fine. But, LeParis, what I want to talk about is the issue with Tyronn Lue. Let's talk Ty Lue. Because allegedly, Ty Lue wanted this job, LeParis. For those who don't know, Ty Lue actually played for the Laker organization. Now, we said on this very podcast, maybe a month ago, I don't know, time fly for me because I'm getting old, but a long time ago, we said that the Lakers keep wanting to reach back into their past. When it's time to hire new people, they got this they want to go grab an old Laker if they can. Tyronn Lue was playing for the Lakers during the infamous Allen Iverson step over. All right, so Ty Lue got ties to the Lakers, and Ty Lue wanted this job. And you got to be saying, Spade, how do you know he wanted this job? Because I heard a report that Ty Lue just recently celebrated a birthday, and he had a L.A. Laker cake at his birthday party. He had an L.A. Laker cake. This is before Ty Lue wanted this job. But he felt like the offer was disrespectful. For one, the kind of going rate, you know the going rate. The going rate It's 5 years, man. Coaches get 5-year deals, okay? When Luke Walton got fired or let go, whatever you want to call it, he went right over to Sacramento, got him a 5-year deal. When Monty didn't even get a chance to talk to the Lakers, he went right over to Phoenix, got him a 5-year deal. But the Lakers told Ty Lue they want to get him a 3-year deal. Obviously, man, you want to try to get longevity out of this thing, especially when you go into a franchise that's in a state of dysfunction. The Lakers are in a state of dysfunction, y'all. I don't know if you know it or not. You could ask a Laker fan, Cam, are y'all good right now? No, y'all not. Y'all in a state of dysfunction. Secondly,
hey Spade, let me cut you off real quick.
Go ahead.
Because they said they offered him a 3-year deal because they was trying to. Well, I assume they didn't say this. I assume that they wanted to tie it with LeBron contract, and then once LeBron leave, if he don't be out or whatever happened with LeBron after the 3 years, if Lou wanted out, then he'll be out. But go ahead.
That sounds like BS, but I mean, whatever. Then they wanted to pick Ty Lue's staff for him, and this is something that you see a lot. It's always an issue. It was an issue. I think Mark Jackson had that issue when he was in Golden State. The players loved him, but the people up high wanted things to be done. They wanted to put certain people in place, and Mark Jackson had his guys. A coach kind of want his guys around. That's a known fact. They basically telling Ty Lue, look, we finna snub you on the last 2 years of your contract. We want you to get Jason Kidd. I'm going to tell you what it is, LePage. Let me give you and look, folks, I don't know. I'm telling you what I feel. I think after 3 years, they want Jason Kidd to run this shit. That's what they want. But Jason Kidd don't really have a pedigree yet. So they want Jason Kidd to kind of come in under somebody, and then they want to give Jason Kidd the keys. Please remember this episode, because I don't know what Frank Vogel got. If Frank got a 3-year deal, I'm telling you right now, Jason Kidd getting that job after them 3 years is up. If Frank got a 5, I wouldn't be shocked to see Jason Kidd get it after that. They want Jason Kidd to be the next guy. That's one. But then, on top of that, you just going to tell them, look, man, we're going to give you this 3-year deal. We want you to take Jason Kidd under your wing. I imagine Ty Lue was like, Jason Kidd, that ain't my guy. I don't even like Jason. I don't rock with Jason. No. You're going to bring Jason in. That whole thing right there fell through. And LeParis, the one thing you always ask for happened. Ty Lue decided because of those factors, it was a bad job, and he chose to walk. And I tip my hat to Ty Lue because I don't know if Ty Lue got income, a steady source of income flowing in right now. And it took some balls to walk away from that Laker job. It took some balls, bro. And in doing so, not only did he make a stand for himself, but he kind of split an already dysfunction team and their fan base. Now, I don't know if we're going to call 50 people the damn fan base, but some folks was mad. And I even read Hollywood, whoever is the voice of that city, but Hollywood urges the Lakers to trade LeBron. So, even if it's a small amount, you got some fans saying get rid of LeBron. Some fans are saying fire Rambis. Some fans are saying get rid of Pelinka. Some fans wanted Ty Lue. Some fans is allegedly happy that Vogel got the job. This fan base is split, and it looks to be as weak as it has ever been, bro. I don't think I've ever seen a Laker fan base in more dysfunction than they in right now, bro. I don't.
Even when it was them down years, Spade.
I know, and we seen them bad.
Down years. Spade. First of all, Ty Lue, it's easy for Ty to walk away. Ty got fired. Ty still gonna get about $10 million from Cavs. So they still owe him some bread. They still owe him some bread. I don't want to say it's easy to walk away. Coaches want to coach, players want to play. I get Ty Lue. Ty Lue want to coach. He want to coach. But he would have liked to coach there. But come on, man. They don't. Hey, ain't like he was asking for like ownership in the Lakers. He was asking to hire his own staff. I can totally understand. I agree, man. I agree. I can totally understand why Ty Lue would just walk away and be like, I'm good. Listen, man, it was Spade at the protest. It was Clipper fans there that was saying, this ain't the Lakers town no more. The Clippers run this shit. So somebody tweeted and was like, yo, the Clippers won 2 playoff games.
Clipper fans love it, bro.
Out there saying they run LA. And in a reply, listen, man. What Spade? I already know what I'm going to get from LeBron. But these other guys, Lonzo Ball got to take a step forward. Do we feel like Vogel is the guy to push him to make that next step? Not just Lonzo Ball, all the young pieces that they have. A coach has to push those young guys to the next level.
But they think Jason Kidd is
that guy. Okay. You know what? You're right, because I was hearing that they credited Jason Kidd with Giannis becoming the player he is today, and Middleton Middleton was like a second round pick of Detroit, got there with Jason Kidd, and they feel like Jason Kidd helped these young players. So maybe you're right, Spade. We're going to have to wait. What's this, episode 217? I think this is 217. We're going to have to remember this later in a few years. We're going to come back to this episode and be like, shit, Spade was right.
Facts. As always. That's what I be. Laker fans, hit us up, bro. I want to know how they feel.
You wasn't right about that. I was just trying to show you that Tyra.
Stop. See? I was just, look, I got my phone in my hand. I was about to unmute. But sit on that mute a little longer. I want Laker fans to hit me up, LaParis. I want to know how y'all feel. Did y'all want Ty Lue?
Do you?
I do. I want to know where they at. I want to know where they at.
A volatile bunch right now.
Well, you're right. But still, I want to know, did they want Ty Lue? Do they want Vogel? Do they really want LeBron gone? Not you, Cam. Cam don't get the answer because he all over the place. Let's move forward,
Let's move on.
Let's talk about the NBA playoffs, man. That's probably why these guys are here. This show, once again, is NBA playoff heavy. It hasn't been a ton of news in the NFL that we want to talk. They say Haskins looked pretty good at camp. That's to be expected. Kyler Murray signed a deal.
They speculating.
It's to be expected.
Speculating Dak gonna get $30 million. All that is, it's time to talk about all that.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, we're talking about the greatest league. But we're gonna start in the Eastern Conference, bro. And let's talk about the Bucks versus Celtics series. I had the Celtics winning that series. I believe you did too.
I did too. Yep.
The Celtics came out and took care of business in game 1 in Milwaukee and made me look like the prophet that I believe I am. And then something started to stink, and it was Kyrie Irving. And he couldn't get away from his own.
No, it was Paul Pierce saying the series was over.
Oh, well.
Paul Pierce said that.
Paul Pierce was so sure, bro. He said, I don't know what a Bucks go from here.
Bro. He was like, I don't know what Milwaukee can do.
Bro, the whole doggone staff up there was like, after one game, he was like, yeah, I think it's over. I think it's over. I ain't mad at that, though. That man, he said he bleeds Celtic pride, Celtic green, whatever the hell they call they mess up there. I ain't mad at that. But LaParis, now, you say Kyrie be from Jersey when he play well. And I want to check with you. Where's Kyrie from today?
Australia.
That's what I figured. Because he was hooping like an Australian.
He's an Australian, mate.
Yeah,
a dingo ate his baby. A dingo ate his baby. Okay?
He wasn't hooping like no New Jersey. Listen, man.
Nah. Hell nah.
I'm going to let you talk about this series, but I just want to say, Kyrie, I'm looking at Kyrie kind of funny, man. Kyrie has had a very, look, I'm finna flex my vocabulary. I'm probably finna say it wrong. He had a very tumultuous season, okay? He been up and down. It's been all over the place. Kyrie asked for this, y'all. Kyrie said that he wanted to be his own man. He wanted his own team. He wanted to build his legacy. He went to Boston. Things were looking pretty good. He got hurt. The team continued to look pretty good. We gave all that credit to Brad Stevens. We said here on this very podcast, it is going to be tough when all these healthy pieces come back to manage who gets what minutes, who gets what role. Because it ain't just about minutes. It's also about pecking order. And that whole thing, I felt like it was going to be tough. And it was. And I think, I could be wrong, but I'm just telling y'all what I truly believe. I think that Kyrie coming back healthy and Gordon Hayward coming back healthy, I think it stunted the growth of some players on that team. Terry Rozier, who was phenomenal for that team in the postseason last year, barely played in the postseason this year. And this man had to sit on the sideline and watch Kyrie build a house for the third little pig that the big bad wolf can't huff and puff and blow down. Because that boy was definitely launching some bricks, bro. Go ahead.
Let me get a 20, Spade. Because even Terry Rozier said he after that series against the Bucks, he came out and said he was the MFer that sacrificed the most.
He's right.
That's what he said.
He's right.
That's what he said, but go ahead.
And, I work with a guy. I talk sports with him a lot. And I don't know. He feel about Tatum the way I feel about Ben Simmons. And he's like, man, I just feel like people crown Tatum too soon. I think he just was lucky last year. And, he looks terrible this year. And I don't think that kid's a good player. And I said, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I think he's a good player. But I think this year jacked them kids up. And I think Brad Stevens fumbled the bag in terms of how he managed that roster, and I think he made that kid regress. I really do. Excuse me. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to move forward from this. But the spotlight is definitely on Kyrie Irving's back and it's hot, man. After an 8 of 22 shooting performance, Kyrie said, and I quote, I should have took 30 shots. That's the only thing I would have done different. I should have took 30 shots because I'm that great of a shooter. And after making that comment, he came out and shot bad again and only made 7 shots the next time for it. He was in a streak where he made 9 shots one game, then he made 8 the next, he made 7 the next. It was just going bad. LeParis, I feel like Kyrie's out in Boston, and I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing for Boston. I think Boston needs to move somebody out of the way. Oh, and one last thing before I turn it over to you. Not only did Kyrie shoot bad, and you know me, man, I defend shooters when they be off. Shooters shoot. Sometimes the shots fall. Sometimes they don't. But Kyrie reverted back to pre-LeBron Cavalier Kyrie. And in that last loss, that man finished the game with 1 assist. And that is where I got the biggest problem. Not only did he shoot bad, but he didn't help his teammates be great either. He only had 1 down. Go ahead, bro. Talk about your New Jersey.
Hey, he's Australian, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start there. He's Australian. First of all, Kyrie is 100% going. I believe that.
I think so, too.
And they actually said that the Brooklyn Nets are the favorite to land Kyrie. Of course, it was some speculation out there about the Knicks also being in there as a suitor, as well as the Lakers, him teaming back up with LeBron.
Which would just
I don't know about that.
Ignorant.
I don't know about that.
That would just be ignorant.
They say Brooklyn is the favorite to land Kyrie. We have to wait and see.
Which that don't make sense. That don't make sense. They got 3-point guards.
Spade, they want to play Russell at the 2, bro.
So what are they gonna do with Dinwiddie and LeVert? Ain't LeVert a guard?
Dinwiddie been coming off the bench, bro.
So what they gonna do with LeVert? That don't make sense.
LeVert plays the 2 and the 3. Cause what's the name?
You gonna play Cash LeVert?
What's the name?
At the
Contract
3?
is up. Yes, bro. Listen. Because what's the name is out of there. Damari Carroll is about to come off the books, so he's going. He's going. So when Carroll was starting, he's just gonna slide. I ain't saying I like it. I'm just reporting the news.
I'm with you.
They saying Kyrie gonna run the point. D Russell at the 2. Caris LeVert at the 3. I mean, okay. That's what I'm hearing. So anyway, Spade. Regardless, I think Kyrie's going. Wherever he land, we'll see later.
Nobody knows.
But Spade, I'm gonna agree with you, man. These guys coming back, man, more so. First of all, it was a terrible season. The way Kyrie just handled everything, being a leader, and he asked to be a leader. Just how he managed everything was just terrible. How he managed the media was terrible. It was terrible. So let me start there. But I don't feel like Kyrie was the one that kind of. I feel it was Gordon Hayward, Spade, because they felt like Gordon Hayward is making all this bread. He gotta get these money. You can't. Gordon Hayward make like $32 million. You can't have somebody make $32 million and have him playing 20 minutes coming off the bench. So I feel like they was forcing Gordon Hayward and Spade. I had this we spoke about Gordon Hayward on this show earlier in the season, and I was like, yo, I don't know if we'll ever see the Gordon Hayward that we saw in Utah. And listen, I felt Gordon Hayward was a good player, but I mean, I didn't feel Gordon Hayward was going to be the guy to change their life anyway. I didn't feel that. People were saying, "Oh, you're wrong." They was calling him Larry Bird, man. Come on, and you talking to guys that saw Larry Bird? No, I'm sorry, he's not nowhere close. Let me tell Larry Bird, his confidence isn't even in the stratosphere where Larry Bird confidence was at. And Larry Bird, you want to say, oh, well, Gordon Hayward was injured. Larry Bird had a back problem, which is worse. You rather break your leg or have a hurt back. I'd rather break my leg. Trust me, when your back hurt, everything hurt. Trust me.
And boy, you don't realize until you hurt your back how every little thing you do comes from your core.
Everything.
Yeah, man.
Everything. So, I felt like they was trying to force feed Gordon Hayward, and I think that hurt definitely Jaylen Brown. If you want to say it hurt Tatum, fine, but I feel like Jaylen Brown took a step back, Tatum took a step back, and Rozier.
Yeah,
and
all them young guys.
I don't know if they're gonna. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just agreeing with you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if Rozier contract is up. If they're gonna try and move him, if they're gonna sign him, do he want to leave? I don't know how Rozier feel, but after his statement after that series, and he was like, he's the MF that sacrificed the most. I gotta feel like he's like, yo, it's my time, and I gotta either it's gonna be here, and y'all gonna get Kyrie out of here, or I'm gonna bust a move. I don't know where the Celtics go from here because ain't nobody. I asked you off camera, Spade, maybe a few days ago. I asked you. Nobody do you see them keeping Gordon Hayward? And you said ain't nobody trading for Gordon Hayward contract.
Yeah, ain't nobody taking that contract.
Nobody taking that.
Yep.
So you was talking to Laker fans. I want to talk to Boston fans because we got some people that watch our show that are fans of the Celtics. How do y'all feel? Like I swear I thought Tatum was just working. This past offseason, working with Kobe and like Spade, they would show Kobe moves and Tatum moves side by side, and they would look identical. Saying Tatum, I'm not comparing Tatum to Kobe, but it seemed like that's what they were doing. And I don't know, man. The Celtics gotta do something. I think Kyrie going. I don't think Hayward is nowhere near what they thought he was going to be. And I don't think he will ever be anywhere close to where he was with the Jazz and making that much money. They strapped. They're strapped. They're strapped. I don't have the answer. I don't know what Boston do. I don't know. I don't want to take anything away from Milwaukee and just blame it on we saying Milwaukee didn't earn it.
I was just about to say that.
Milwaukee didn't earn it, and the Celtics just. I don't want to take anything away from Milwaukee. They played great. Greek Freak is a monster for a guy. Unlike Ben Simmons, at least Greek Freak do shoot the three, and he shot him at a 50% clip in this series too. By the way,
did he?
So Middleton played great. Yeah, he shot 50% from three, bro. 50%. I want to say 51%.
So what did he shoot like
this year?
Like 5 of 10?
I'm not saying he was.
I'm just wondering.
I'm not saying he was pulling. I don't have the exact number. I'm not saying he was out there pulling like 30 of them.
No.
But
I mean, I'm cool with 50%.
Yeah, but he did shoot 50% from three.
Right.
And Middleton played great.
Bledsoe played
showed up, had some games.
Yeah.
Bledsoe had some games when he was looking like, okay, Drew. Can't even call him Drew no more. He played well. But I don't want to take anything away from the Bucks. But the Celtics, boy, whoo.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
I don't know where they go next.
I felt like we put so much time on Boston. I actually want to go back and take my hat off to the Milwaukee Bucks. I did not think they were going to have enough. But actually, I feel like we got from Greek Freak what I thought we was going to get from Greek Freak. But what I didn't expect was what they got from the role players. Not only did you good, you got some pretty good. I expected some good games from Middleton and some pretty good games from Bledsoe. But Pat Connaughton was having good games here and there. Malcolm Brogdon was having good games. George Hill was having good games. You know I'm a big Ilyasova fan. Ersan Ilyasova can play for any team I got whenever. And I don't know why this dude has been on like 6 teams because every time I see this dude, he is a bucket getter and he get effort on the defensive end. Now, he's slow as all get out, but he get effort. And those guys who
people don't know, he always in the top 10 in taking charges. Whether you want to say, he flop a lot, I don't care.
He's good at it. Yeah, who cares?
Taking charges.
Yeah, man. When he on your team, that's one of those things that when it's on somebody else's team, you don't like it, but when it's on your team, you like it. I'm sure we hit Kid up right now. Kid like Ersan Ilyasova taking charges the same way I used to like back in the day. Shane Battier used to be really good at that for the Miami Heat. But yeah, man, kudos to the Milwaukee Bucks. LaParis, what else?
Gotta take it to I guess we going to the 6 because the game 7 is in Toronto, but Philadelphia, they responded. Game 6, they tied this thing up. Raptors, Philadelphia, we already know. Embiid didn't have a good game 5, came back game 6. Didn't have a good game 6. I mean, he played okay, but I mean, Embiid after game 5 was saying, I already know what I'm going to get from me. I'm going to be great. Now, Spade, it's been a lot of criticism towards Embiid because of his weight. They saying that he can't practice. So that when you can't practice, You have to be mindful of your diet. Embiid has been a very vocal person saying he like cheeseburgers and all type of situation. And people have been very critical about Embiid and his weight, saying he's out of shape and he's hurting Philadelphia. Spade, I want to take it somewhere else. Tobias Harris, they got Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris was another one of those guys that shot high 40% from three.
Yep.
And he hasn't been shooting it at that clip, at least in this series.
Right.
The last game, he had a good game. And Ben Simmons, I already know game 6, I might be like, Ben Simmons just had a good game in game 6. But what about the previous 5? Because Ben Simmons, woo, it's been ugly. And, hey, when you right, Spade. You were saying, Jared Dudley said some things about Ben Simmons, too, that came out to be true. But, Spade, you've been very vocal and hard on Ben Simmons. And it seemed warranted with this series right here. Because Ben Simmons, aside from game 6, it has not been pretty. I want to say Kawhi's been great. He's been great. That's what got people saying Kawhi is more clutch than Kobe. Like, relax. But Kawhi has been great. Siakam, I said on our previous show, Spade, that Siakam was out. He ended up playing. He gutted through it. Now he didn't play well.
Yes.
But he gutted through the injury and helped them boys. So kudos to Siakam. Gasol had actually a good game after you came out and let him have it, Spade.
Yeah, I think that was 5, right? 4 or 5.
Yeah, that was game 5. He had a good game, but listen, it's game 7, Spade.
Yep.
I mean, this is it, man. Do we? It's in Toronto. Do we expect Embiid to have a good game? What are you expecting from game 7? Did you expect game 6 to go out and win? Because I was expecting the Raptors to close them out, but Philly responded. On the Philly end, let me say this too, Spade, before you go. On the Philly end, I want to say this. I hear a lot of Philly fans. I know a lot of Philly fans, Sixers fans, and they be very hard on Jimmy Butler. It's crazy, Spade. We always said that we said on this show earlier in the year, like, yo, maybe Jimmy Butler is the problem with these teams. You want to know what you get from Jimmy Butler, and it's still why he one of my favorite players in the league. Wherever he seemed to go, he's the heart and soul of that team.
Yep.
Jimmy willed them to that victory, game 6. Jimmy Butler, he willed them to that victory. Whatever team he seemed to land on, he is the heart and soul of that team. So I want to say kudos to Jimmy Butler for that. Yeah, but Spade, this series, talk about it. Game 6, game 7, here we go.
Yeah, game 6, the story, believe it or not, was Kawhi. And don't get me wrong, Kawhi didn't have a terrible game, but he went over from beyond the arc. I think it's probably the first time that he shot under 50%, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he played terrible. I'm saying the exceptional standards he was playing up to, he wasn't able to maintain that, and it ended up costing him. Like you said, Siakam went out there and played through the injury and gave them boys a pretty decent game. They had another fall-off game from Gasol. He wasn't really in it. And again, man, Kyle Lowry, we just waiting on you to look like an all-star for one game, Kyle. Just one game, Kyle.
He'll never get it back, Spade. He's done.
Step up,
and
Kyle.
He's another guy. He's another guy that ain't gonna be able to move that contract. I think he make 30-something million a year. Jesus.
Yeah, Kyle got to step up. Step up, Kyle. All we need is one all-star performance from you, Kyle. Just one.
Sheesh.
But going to game 7, man, in Toronto, I'm sticking with my prediction. I felt like Toronto was gonna win this series. I still believe they're gonna win this series, especially now that I feel like we lit a fire under Marc Gasol. Didn't last very long, but he was a non-factor the first couple games of the first 3 games, I believe. So I think game 4, game 5, I don't know. I get my games mixed up, but he came out and he definitely looked better. He put a little bit of pressure on them, and that's what they need him to do. They need him to put some pressure on Embiid on the defensive end. And Embiid played well defensively last game. He got a couple of big-time blocks, got one on Kawhi, did his thing. But you got to make him exert that energy on both ends of the court. If you just let him rest on the defensive end because you ain't doing nothing but passing every time the ball come to you, then he probably going to torch you on the offensive end. People going to come back, LaParis, because they do this. Ben Simmons can have 10 games where he make me look like I was right. And he'll have one game where he played well, and all the Philly fans will be like, where you was at, bro? I'd be like, the same damn place you was at the last 10 games when he was stank. I guess we go to the same place. But to be honest with you, I was impressed with Ben Simmons' last game because what Philly's found success doing.
Ben Simmons compliment?
Well, relax. I'm not going to call it a compliment. I'm just saying
I
expected him to stink, and he didn't stink.
Okay, let me let you finish.
Philly has found success by running the offense through Jimmy Butler. And I didn't think this would work because what can Ben Simmons do off ball? I'll wait. Like, that ain't rhetorical. What can this man do off ball? Nada. He can't do a thing.
4-on-5 on offense with Jimmy running.
You ain't never lied. So last game, I felt like they found a good mix of running the O through Jimmy sometimes and running the O through Ben Simmons sometimes, and that made it tougher for Toronto on the defensive end. So, hey, I give them credit for that. I don't know if the coach came up with that plan, but kudos to you, sir. You actually did your job. To me, this is what coaching is about. Anytime you come to the game with a game plan and that game plan work from tip-off to credits roll, you ain't coached nothing. I don't care what nobody says. What you do? Call a couple timeouts? Like, that ain't nothing. But when you come to the game with a game plan and something come up and you gotta make some in-game adjustments, that's when true coaching shines, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I ain't never coached a game before in my life. Just telling you what I see. Game 7, man, I expect Toronto to get it done, though. I hope. Because I was wrong on the Boston one, so I'm just worried about my own pride.
I think Toronto moves on too. I think they move on. I don't think we see Kawhi go 0-for again. I think we get a good game out of Siakam. I'm not expecting anything from Kyle Lowry. I'm sorry. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I don't know. They're gonna. I still think even if they win this, I still think Kawhi leaves. They go to Eastern. I think Kawhi is out, Spade.
I don't know.
And they're gonna be stuck with Kyle Lowry, Spade. And maybe with that roster, maybe they keep Gasol, they got Serge, Siakam, Danny Green, Lowry. Maybe they still good enough to be in the playoffs in the East. But Spade, I don't want Kyle Lowry on my team making that money for 11 points a game. Like, it's just disgusting. It's disgusting. And I think the Raptors move on, though. So we have to wait and see. We can move on, bro.
All right, let's go out to the Western Conference. But no, relax. Not yet. Let's talk Denver, Portland.
Pump your brakes.
Let's talk Denver, Portland. Bro, hey. Why do we keep...
The best series in the playoffs, bro.
I was just about to say.
It's been the best one.
Why is Portland consistently a part... they're the common denominator. They have been the best game, the best series of each round, and you got to give them their credit. This entire series, Dame Lillard has not been on his game. It's been C.J. McCollum and the role players stepping up. That's just facts. The Dame fans love to get upset. This is just facts. But last game, when they needed him, I felt like he was there. And, they had a pretty great game. I don't know if I want to throw the word great out there because Dame was 32 points. We've seen him play better. I'm not going to say that was a great game. But they got a really good game from him. They got a good game from C.J. McCollum. But LaParis, it's been 2 games in a row that they have gotten good performances from Rodney Hood. And Rodney Hood deserves some of this credit, bro. We got to talk about Rodney Hood.
Yes. Give it to him.
Rodney Hood has been phenomenal these last 2 games, and he's a spark off the bench. When you got a spark off the bench that can come out, I'm telling you, LaParis, we talk on this show about confidence a lot. The average Joe that just play at the Y and go to his job underestimates how important confidence is to a professional athlete. When Rodney Hood was trusted by C.J. McCollum to take and make that big shot, man, they done lit a fire under Rodney Hood, and I hate to admit it, but I think Rodney Hood might be the X factor for Game 7. You're going to get what you get from CJ. You're going to get what you get from Dame. But if Rodney Hood come off that bench and give you 20 of them things, that's tough to stop, man. If he do that, I got Portland advancing. And I feel bad because I hadn't talked about Jokic, who's been phenomenal this series. But Rodney Hood's the guy, man. He the X factor.
I'm gonna tell you what, Spade. We both picked. And we said if the Blazers play the Nuggets, we had them moving on.
Yep.
If we had them, we said if they play the Spurs, we had the Spurs.
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't know now, Spade. You want to know why? Because the Blazers stink on the road. Can they get a road win?
That is true.
They stink on the road.
Jamal Murray's so up and down, bro. You trust him?
Who?
You trust Jamal Murray? He's so up and down. When he good, he good.
I got a love-hate relationship with Murray, bro.
He up and down, bro.
And he played better at home.
Oh, okay, well maybe that's a good thing.
He plays better at home. I'm gonna tell you who been eating, and he had a bad game this past game, but I expect him to continue eating, and that's been Paul Millsap. Millsap been winning me a lot of money.
And Sam an all-star. Don't get it twisted. People forget.
Yes, Millsap has been killing the Blazers. I'm talking about at the clip of damn near 20 and 10.
Yeah.
Well, 20 and 11 really. Like he been killing them. He been getting like 20, like 18 and 11 every game. Like he been killing them. So I think, listen, for the Nuggets to win this game, all they gotta do is just stick to the format. Let my homie the Joker do what he do. Millsap gotta continue with what he was doing. Murray gotta hit some shots. He gotta play how he play at home. Will Barton gotta be the Nuggets spark off the bench. Gary Harris, he's been another guy. He's been getting scoring periodically, but not consistently enough. So I feel like this game is really a toss up, and that's why the bettors are saying even. Like it's really no spread. It's say even because you don't know. Like to me, this has been the best series the whole playoff. Now I know I said that with the Blazers and the Thunder, but this one right here is the one, and it can literally go either way. I want to shout out CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum got that rebound when he passed it out to Rodney Hood. He shot the ball and didn't give up on his shot. You know, usually they be like, don't give up on your shot, crash the board. CJ McCollum shot the ball, crashed it, followed his own shot, got the rebound, kicked it to Rodney Hood, and Rodney Hood banged that joint. Rodney Hood, Spade, has been playing insane the past 2 games.
And Rodney Hood was never a bad player, bro. But
he wasn't. Injuries and things like that slowed him down in Utah. And Spade, I asked you where was this? Go ahead. I'm gonna let you tell him. I'm gonna let you say what you told me. I said, where was this for LeBron? Because everybody, I'm like, I was saying the same thing. He ain't do this for LeBron last year. What you say, Spade?
Hey man, I don't even know what I said. But playing with LeBron ain't easy, man. That's all I say. What did I say?
Yeah, you said he wasn't getting the looks. LeBron was...
You know, he kind of got in the doghouse with the coaches. You remember that?
Yeah.
He kind of had an issue with the coaches, and that's your boy Ty Lue. They felt like, oh, we're going to punish you by not letting you play. Never mind the fact that we need you out there helping us. How you going to punish...
I remember in that final, Spade, we was in the party. We was begging, like, put Rodney Hood in the game.
Yeah, man.
Put him in. Get JR out of there. We was begging for Rodney Hood, and they still didn't put him in the game. But that's neither here nor there. Rodney Hood has been playing great. Sometimes change the scenery, some confidence. You see what you get.
And I'm happy for
this series right here is going to be a real good one tomorrow.
So are you changing your stance? Who you got for Game 7?
I said Blazers, Spade.
What?
But listen, I'm gonna go Nuggets because the Blazers stink on the road.
Okay.
They stink on the road. Can they get a road win, please?
And let me say this, and let me be honest. It is a part of me that hope Portland win simply because I want to see Dame go ham.
Dame versus...
I want to see it. But anyway, we can move on.
Tomorrow gonna be. We got some Game 7s tomorrow. It's gonna be good. Let's move on. This is the meat and potatoes. This is why y'all is here. Spade, you good?
Bro, look, relax.
I'm asking you. I want to check on my brother's health. He said he woke up. He had a headache. I'm checking on your health. Are you good?
Oh man, you just reminded me. My head is kind of hurting, bro. Go ahead.
Are you good?
I think I'll make it.
Just checking on you.
I think I'll make it.
Okay, good.
I think.
Woo! The other game in the West, the Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors. If you guys didn't know, KD went down in the previous game. KD went down. Everybody, and this is why we got to pump our brakes. We seen a non-contact injury. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, KD tore his Achilles." Let's pump our brakes. I was like, I even wrote on Twitter, Spade. I said, I'm not going to say it because I don't think it's that. I'm not going to say it. And it ended up being he pulled like it's a calf strain, something with his calf. It's going to take a week. He should be back if they, make it, sometime during the next series. He should be back. Also, it's also got to mention that Boogie Cousins is reportedly said he's coming back. So we have to wait and see when both of these guys come back. Spade, KD went down, and what was that? That was game 5. Went down in game 5.
Toward the end of the third quarter.
Everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is the Rockets' game to win.
Yeah.
Rockets couldn't pull it out. They didn't pull it out. Game 6 came. KD's out. Steph Curry. They still got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Let me just paint the picture for him, Spade.
Go ahead.
You called me on the phone.
I did.
Early, then I got, swear to God, on my life. Spade said, who you got tonight? I said, the Rockets better win. That's what I said verbatim. I said the Rockets better win. Spade said, I don't know. I'm like, what you mean? No KD? He said, bruh, the Warriors are a better team without KD.
Well, hold up. I didn't say a better team.
No. You said they are a better team.
They're tougher to defend without KD because they don't ISO as much.
You said they are tougher to defend without KD because they run a million screens. You said it's all these. You said illegal picks, by the way.
That's
you
what
said they run all these illegal picks.
I own that.
Illegal screens. And they're going to have to play basically this bumper card defense, get around these bumper card picks. And you was like, yo, it's going to be tough for him. And you was like, yo, I don't know. I said to Spade, I said, yo, I don't know. Klay usually get like one game. I said, Klay usually get like one game in the series. I don't expect Klay to go ham. You said, I expect a big night from Klay.
Facts.
I said, I don't
Tell
know.
Tell them, LaParis, because they don't know.
I'm being honest. Hey, if you didn't, I wouldn't lie for you. You already know. Unless you was going to jail, I'll lie for you, bro. I get on the stand, hand to God and lie for you. But this ain't that. This ain't that. So Spade said, I said, Spade, I don't see Klay getting over 20. Spade said, shit, he said, shit, I expect a big night from Klay. I said, shit, I hope you're wrong, because I bet on the Rockets. That's what I told him. I said, I bet on the Rockets. Golly, if Spade didn't call to Klay and them running screens and everything. And the crazy thing is, Steph didn't score in the first half. And it was tied at the half. And I said, shit, what Spade said is actually going on. Like, it's happening. And it's a tie game. And Steph didn't score a damn point.
Yep.
I said, holy shit.
Yep.
When I seen it tied at the half, I said, the Rockets are in trouble. They in trouble. Steph didn't have a point. Spade, I want to say that you were 100% right. And I know I seen people on Twitter saying, oh, you just saying that.
They said I was making excuses. That's what they said, bro.
I can show y'all the phone call. Spade called me before the game. I can show you the time.
Yeah, man.
I can show you the time.
Yeah,
the time was before the game. We had that conversation. He spoke all that, and it happened. I kind of think he's spoken into existence on his LeVar Ball shit. So he kind of killed the Rockets because he spoke all that into existence.
Damn, now that's going to bother me.
But Spade, I gotta actually get your thoughts on this game because you've been very vocal on Twitter. And I started to hit Spade last night. It was like, save it for the show.
Oh, I got you.
Save it for the show.
I got you.
But Spade, I don't know if you want to start with Game 5 or you want to just talk Game 6. But Game 5, Game 6.
We got to go Game 5.
KD being out, James Harden, Rockets, EG, Capella, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Talk to your boy.
We got to go back to Game 5 for where I want to start.
Okay.
Game 5 was, and man, y'all not going to like this, but let me do what I do. Game 5 was one of the most stable James Harden postseason games I'd ever seen. I felt like he got out of his own way. He wasn't really forcing them crazy step backs that we know he loved. And he was more efficient. He was 10 of 16 from the field. But all of Twitter was upset that he only scored like once in the last 9-10 minutes of the game, right? And folks was blaming James Harden for that loss. Now let me give you some stats. As for starters, Clint Capella was 3 of 10. First off, anybody listening to the show, where do Clint Capella take shots from? LaParis, where do Clint Capella take shots from?
Right underneath the basket. Like, I don't even want to say the paint. Because the paint go all the way to the free throw line.
You ain't finna
Clint Capella is under the basket.
all them shots under the basket. You ain't finna find no footage of Clint Capella taking man, I don't even know what it's
no middies, like. None of that. Like, nah.
I ain't never seen him pull no midi. Clint Capella was 3 of 10. Looney, how tall is Looney, bro? Because I feel like he's 6'8". Let me see.
I want to say 6'10". 6'10", 6'11".
He listed at 6'9". For my point, I'ma say he's 6'8".
He got the longest arms I ever seen.
6'8" Looney held Capella to 3 of 10 from the field. 34-year-old Chris Paul, who make how much a year? Isn't in the 30 million range?
Something million. Over 30.
Over 30 million. Was 3 of 14, 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. Eric Gordon was 5 of 14, and you can go to the bench and see that Austin Rivers was 1 of 6. He was 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. Told you James Harden was 10 of 16. I'm gonna tell you something. Folks was really upset with James Harden down the stretch. Folks was saying stuff like, "Oh man, James Harden, he didn't shoot, he didn't score, whatever." And I got some news. I'm gonna read something that I saw that I like. Seeing a lot of blame for James Harden in the fourth quarter. In the last 6 minutes and 10 seconds, Houston scored on 8 of 10 possessions that they got the shot off. It was a couple of possessions that they took a shot clock violation. One of the misses was with 3 seconds left in the game. It didn't matter if it had gone in or not. The game was decided. And they had 2 turnovers. One on a charge for Chris Paul. And they had another where P.J. Tucker took a 3, but he stepped out of bounds. He actually made the 3, but he stepped out of bounds on the shot, so the 3 didn't count. This same person come back and say, and this dude name on Twitter is Ben's, like BENS Hoops. He said, I get that Harden didn't hit many shots on those possessions, but the team's job is to score points, and they were almost perfect offensively down the stretch. I like how he finished it off, LaParis. He said, you cannot hate ISO Harden and then blame him for not going ISO Harden when the offense is playing near perfection. They scored on 8 out of 10 possessions down the stretch. Man, if you watch that game when James Harden got the inbound, by the time he crossed half court, they were blitzing this man with a trap. He was making the pass, and his teammates was making plays for the most part. He could have went Westbrook and said, I don't care who open. I'm going to ISO and put up a bad shot.
No,
and you know what folks would have said?
They'd have
trashed him and said that he's ruining the game. They don't like the way he played. I've seen people on my timeline like, oh, Harden just dribbled the air out the ball. Down the stretch, he don't dribble the air out the ball. He get his teammate shots, and they lose, and it's his fault. When he had, okay, that was game 5. KD got hurt late in the third quarter, right? LaParis, I called you, like you said. I don't do this on this podcast. I don't say hand to God and on my mama, because everything I say on this show is hand to God on my mama. I come through here with no BS, no sugarcoat, no biases. That's literally the premise of the show, all right? I told LaParis, I said, I watched a sports show this morning, and I saw somebody say that James Harden, his legacy will be forever tarnished if he don't win tonight. I said, I got a problem with that because I think the Rockets are in trouble. We talk later. I worked late Friday. I got out work at like 9:15, 9:20. I called LaParis. I said, how the game going? He said, man. He said, James Harden looked like he came out the gate ready. I said, man, look. I said, I think Houston in trouble. He said, with no KD? I said, bro, look. Golden State ran more ISO with KD. With KD out, the only player that's going to run ISO is Steph. And Steph only going to really run ISO when he get favorable switch-offs. I watch their offense. I know what they do. They going to run some screens. He going to get a favorable switch off. He gonna get a big or just somebody he feel like he can take, and he gonna get in his ISO bag. But other than that, Clay gonna run off so many screens, bruh. That is tougher to guard than. And I know KD right now, man. Y'all prisoners of the moment. KD, the greatest player y'all ever seen before in your life today. I know. Or probably not no more, but he probably was yesterday or whenever.
Nah, it's Steph now. Now
Steph, who been stanked the whole series, but that's neither here nor there. I said, man. It's easier to defend Golden State when KD's going ISO. If KD make the shot, that's just KD. He's 7 foot tall, sniper. He gonna make the shots. If KD not making them shots, they easier to defend because them other pieces ain't moving like that. I love James Harden. Y'all know I do. I always defend James Harden when people say he's a bad defender. James Harden is actually a good on-ball defender. He is a terrible off-ball defender because he watches the ball and he loses his assignment. If his assignment is Klay, and Klay is running off these screens, that bodes bad for Houston. I saw this before I saw a minute of the game. I called it to LePage.
You said it. I ain't gonna lie for you, bro. You said it to me.
By the time I got to the house, LePage and I was still on the phone. By the time I got to the house, LePage said, shit, man. Klay looked like he's trying to do exactly what you saying. Klay is killing.
Yep.
And Steph ain't really doing nothing. I got to the house. I got the TV on. I got there in time to see Steph get called for a charge. I think that was his third foul in the second. He went out. I watched that entire game. And I'm not going to cape for James Harden at all. James Harden did not have the game that you want him to have. But here's what I got a problem with, LePage. This whole series, Steph ain't had the game, but he's had the people around him to get it done. During this whole series, prior to the last game, Dame Lillard had the game, but he had people on his team to get it done. The one game that James Harden don't have the game, Eric Gordon don't have the... Chris Paul had a great game. And I got to stop throwing that word great around. Chris Paul had a good game. Best game he's had this whole series. He's been shit the whole series. He finally had a good game. They didn't have enough. They did not have enough.
He's been terrible the whole playoffs.
He's been terrible, bro. He's been terrible. And he got to stop with throwing himself. Chris Paul, you're 34 years old, bro. Take it from another old dude. Stop throwing yourself on the floor. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I mean, he would launch himself on the floor.
I don't want to cut you off. But that, when he flopped, when Steph Curry drove to the basket and he flopped, and it got Steph Curry that easy layup, I said, yo, at that point in the game, you cannot flop right there. Stop trying to draw the charge. Stop with the gimmicks and play some damn defense. Because it got Steph. Everybody was around the three-point line. Curry came down. He bumped into Paul. Paul went flying.
Yeah.
Curry had just went smooth to the basket. Got an easy layup. I'm like, this is the shit I'm talking about right here. Chris Paul got to cut. I agree with you 100%. He got to cut that shit out because he there for the next 3 years. But go ahead.
I watched the game, and by the time Steph got in that groove, again, sometimes for a shooter, the worst thing you can do is let him see the ball go through the hoop, man. I'm not making this shit up, y'all. This stuff been said before I've been alive, man. This is factual stuff. And I'm going to tell you this. James Harden, a lot of people don't like James Harden, and that's probably why I like him. I got this thing where I like to root for the underdog. I tell you guys, when I was a kid, I wasn't a big Jordan fan. I was a Charles Barkley fan. I hated Jordan because Jordan at that time was what Golden State and the Warriors are now. I just wanted to see somebody else win. I was sick of Jordan defeating everybody. But the difference is the people who failed to Jordan, they weren't crucified. Nobody said Karl Malone is trash because he can't get by Jordan. Nobody said Pat Ewing is trash, Hakeem Olajuwon is trash, Charles Barkley is trash.
It's crazy all these the other stars now say it.
Yeah, but they dumb. I'm talking about people who, you know.
They are.
Yeah, they big dumb.
Yeah, got some sense.
They big dumb. Nobody did that. All they did was say, good God, man, Jordan got the game in the Cobra clutch. Not just Jordan. I don't want to be disrespectful to that team because they had a great team. Jordan and the Chicago Bulls got the game in the Cobra clutch, and unless something shakes up around here, nobody else is winning. And we saw it. We saw Jordan leave, and then we saw Olajuwon get one. We saw other teams, and look, the Bulls were still a pretty good team. But that opened the door for us to see something else, and Jordan came back and put it back in the Cobra clutch. And Golden State is doing the same thing today. James Harden is so hated, bro, that I don't see nothing but ignorance on my timeline. I see people that say, James Harden ain't never going to win with this play style. No, I will be okay with that comment. James Harden is never going to win because of how he plays. And I'm like, I think he's just running D'Antoni's offense. I think he's just running D'Antoni's offense. We've seen James Harden before D'Antoni, and that wasn't the way they played. I think this is the offense. James Harden said something in the post-conference after the game, the pairs that made my ears perk up. He said, oh, I know what we need to do. They was like, you guys got to, you got to figure out what went wrong. He said, oh, I know exactly what we need to do. I know what we need to do. And everybody was kind of like, what? He was like, we'll figure it out in the offseason. And I felt like I could be completely wrong, LaParis. I felt like that was James Harden's way of saying that he wants to move on from D'Antoni. Maybe not, but that felt like frustration in the system. That felt like I've done everything that this system requires of me, and I want a new system. I could be completely wrong, but let me say this. I'm on my rant. Let me do this. People, they look, man. They so unfair when it comes to James Harden. I told LaParis off camera. I said James Harden literally is in a lose situation. 3 of them. If they had won the championship, nobody would say, you know what? I'm never gonna talk. I'm never gonna slander James Harden. You know what folks are gonna say? I still don't like the way he played the game. This ain't basketball. They ruining the game. He flopped. His feet shouldn't swing that far when he shoot. All he trying to do is get to the free throw line. So all people was going to do is hate on how he won. If he'd have lost the game like he lost game 5, not shooting, but getting shots for everybody else, they were going to say, James Harden was scared in the big moment. He didn't want to put the shot up. I can't believe he only took 1 shot in the last 10 minutes of the game. If he come out and put the shots up, and he's not efficient, then he just shot his team out the game. All he want to do is drop. He literally cannot win, bro. And it's crazy. So I put out a tweet, LaParis, and you said you saw it. I said people were really shocked that the Rockets didn't beat. Folks was on my timeline like, oh my God, this is crazy. How could the Rockets not win? I was like, what? How could the Rockets not beat Golden State because they ain't got KD? We talking about the same team. We talking about the team that won 73 games before KD. Everybody was hitting me back like, oh, this ain't the same team. This ain't the same team. I'm like, obviously, it's not the same team from top up to top to the bottom, but the core is the same. Steph, Clay, Iggy, Dre, Bogut, those guys was there. They was there in 2015. Now, if you trying to tell me Festus Ezeli and Harrison Barnes was the reason why that team was successful, I disagree with you.
I seen somebody tweet you, and I don't want, this ain't no shade, but I seen people hit you up and was like Barbosa. Like Barbosa, we get it. He the blur, we get it.
He wouldn't have blurred in.
I mean, Sean Livingston was still there too. Yeah, like I seen people saying Barbosa. Let's be honest. Come on, man. And believe me, go ahead.
Bro, somebody tweeted me and said they're older now. Newsflash. I don't know if you think the Rockets been in a hyperbaric chamber, not aging. They older too. Chris Paul is 34. Chris Paul wasn't on that team. Chris Paul is 34. He is not who he used to be. And somebody said, I'm going to call you out because you a friend of the show. I can give you that smoke. Sale tweeted me and said, man, this is basically the same Rockets team, but this Golden State team is different. Bruh, stop it. The narrative at the start of this season, before anybody played the game, was the Rockets. And I hate that people forget this, bro. 82 games ago, wasn't that damn long, y'all. Y'all act like it was 5 years ago. At the start of the season, and LaParis, correct me if I'm wrong, the narrative was the Rockets are not going to be as good this year. They are a worse team this year than last year because they lost all their defense. They lost Ariza. They lost Luke Bashar and Bob Mute. And then we ain't really counting him for defense, and they lost Lou Will. So nobody felt like, oh my God, it just pisses me off. Somebody was like, oh, last year the Rockets wanted us to think they would have won without Chris Paul, but they couldn't do it this year. They not the same team. You mean to tell me Pat Bev, the way Pat Bev was just getting in KD's shit, you mean to tell me with Pat Bev, with Ariza, with Bob Mute, and with Lou Will, they wouldn't have been a better team? If you think that, you are a fucking idiot. If you think that, you are an idiot. And I don't care who that offends, get at me if you offended by that. If you think that Rockets team last year wasn't better than the Rockets team this year, you are an idiot. You're an idiot. And everybody can see this. You can see it clear as day. Folks was like, man, Golden State ain't got a whole lot of depth on their bench. That's the same song they were singing in Houston. The best bench player that they had was Eric Gordon, and they had started moving Eric Gordon to the starting 5. The best player they got coming off the bench is who? Gerald Green? Austin Rivers? Come on, man. And I hate it. It bothers me. And folks was hitting me up like, Spade, you just making excuses for James Harden. No. I didn't pick the Rockets to win. I knew what was up. I didn't pick the Rockets to win when KD was healthy. That's what y'all gonna say. And it's not y'all fault that y'all went there for the conversation with LaParis. But I told LaParis before the game, I ain't gonna lie to you. Clay didn't have as big a game as I expected Clay to have. I thought Clay was gonna have about 35 of them things. I really did. I said Clay finna go crazy. Clay finna run crazy. This is Golden State's offense when they don't have a ISO guy. And it's just bothersome to me, man. I will say this before I move forward. And once again, people who, if you didn't live through that Jordan era or something like that, you don't know this. But I'm looking at this situation with James Harden like, man, he's got a potential to do something very special. This year was the year that James Harden had to prove that he wasn't a postseason choke. And unless you're just a James Harden hater, he proved that this year. He didn't have the greatest game in Game 6, but walking out of there with 35 points on not the most efficient shooting night ain't the worst we've seen James Harden in the postseason. If you're watching the game, you've seen James Harden be terrible in the postseason. He wasn't that this year. I felt like he started to run out of gas a little bit toward the end of that Utah Jazz series. Luckily, they got that series over in enough time for them to kind of rest up, and I feel like he played strong in the first two games in Houston. James Harden was great. He was great, but he didn't have a ton of support, so he kind of had to go ham. I don't feel like, and I've been saying this, LaParis, I don't feel like that team was set up for, if James Harden didn't have a good game, if James Harden didn't bring it with a good game, the boys was going to lose. I said that here on the show before the series started. And that's what bothered me. Folks will tweet me and say crazy shit when we got a podcast. Y'all know what I say. It don't disappear. It don't archive. It's on the YouTube channel. All you got to do is go through and look at it. I don't edit nothing out. I can't put the show up and be like, oh, let me go back and take out this part when I said this. I said that. When you said, I got Golden State winning, I got them winning in 7, I said, man, I got them winning in 6. I felt like they was going to win the 2 at home, which they did. I felt like they was going to go back to Golden State and lose, which they did. And I felt like at that point, and this is something else I don't love about James Harden, but when it seemed like the foot is on his throat, sometimes I feel like I see his body language change. I feel like you can see frustration in the way he play. You see him, cutting corners on offense. And I felt like we saw that. But I don't want to take nothing from Golden State. Golden State played well, and they showed you. LaParis, one last thing. I'm all over the place, I know. One last thing. LaParis, you said something in that phone call that was very true. You said, man, it's a lot of folks that feel like Golden State wants to prove that they don't need Kevin Durant. Steph want this. Clay want this. Dre want this.
I was just going to say that.
Yes, man. They want to prove that they don't want Kevin Durant. And not only do they want to prove it to themselves, I know they get in them interviews and talk nice because that's political. They want to prove to Kevin Durant that they don't need Kevin Durant. They want Kevin to know that. You think when Draymond called this man a bitch and told him you can go ahead and leave, we were straight before we got you? You think he didn't mean that? You think that was just him reading the script? No, fam. That's how they feel. And they got every right to feel that way. Now, before I kick it back to you, let's talk about Steph. Steph, man, golly. James Harden, the only player I know that can just have a bad game and it just be, he just sucked. Hey, I unfollowed somebody today. I followed somebody that jumped on my timeline and said, and I quote, "This boy trash. Fuck out of here. He's gone. I don't even want, if you that ignorant, I don't need to be following you. I don't need to follow nobody that ignorant. You out of here." Bro, Steph Curry can't never have a bad game. Because if Steph Curry have a bad game, he hurt. He going through some type of emotional distress. He's got pressure on him. Y'all kill me how y'all cape for this dude like he is a 3-year-old baby. Just yesterday, during the game while they were losing, I saw somebody tweet on my timeline, "I don't care what nobody say, Steph Curry is injured. Look how he's playing. You can't convince me he not injured." Finish the game, but Steph that dude. Steph cold. So he not injured no more? He healed up at halftime?
For him during the game. They was trying to make an excuse for him
during the game.
And Mark Jackson said during the game, he was like, don't make excuses for him. He's not playing well right here. This dude is a champion, a superstar. Like, you cannot make excuses for him. He's having a bad game. But he's a superstar, and he's going to bounce back. And, you know, usually when you make a statement like that, you expect it to be the next game. Luckily for Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, it happened the second half. Because he turned it on in the second half.
Steph going to go down in history as one of the greatest shooters to ever do it. Some people feel like he already the greatest shooter to ever do it. Why are you letting a person who you think is the greatest to ever do it off the hook with excuses that he's injured when he say he not injured? Somebody told me, Spade, come on, you know he injured. He got a dislocated finger. Bro, that man was just putting on a dribbling array. You think it's tough? Let me ask y'all geniuses this. What's tougher to do? Dribble all around with both hands with one dislocated, or use the dislocated hand to sit on the side of your shooting hand? Which one you think is tougher? Come on, man. Y'all got to start using your eyes and your brain. I'm tired of thinking for all y'all. I got a big-ass brain, but my brain ain't big enough to think for all y'all. Come on, man. It bothers me, LaParis, to see how people act. People really act like Steph Curry is incapable of just having an off game. We even saw Jordan have bad games here and there. If the great Michael Jeffrey Jordan can have a bad game, Steph can have one too. Steph can have one too. Relax, y'all. He can have a bad game. When Embiid had a bad game, Embiid was hurt. Embiid was sick. Embiid was calling the coach. I'm so sick of that, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Go ahead and talk, bro, before I ramble some more, because I got a lot. But
what lost that game last night for the Rockets, and I'm gonna be James Harden missing. What was with him with the free throws?
That's a good question.
When he missed them free throws, that body language you was talking about,
you can see it.
That's when I seen that body language. I was like, oh shit, his body. I'm telling you, when his shoulders was when he was hooping like early. And he hit like maybe 2 threes early. I was like, oh, like his shoulders was up. Spade, when he went to that free throw line and missed, I think he missed like, what, 5 free throws?
Yep.
4 free throws?
5.
Spade, he went to the free throw line and missed them free throws. I could see like them shoulders just go, oh my God. Like that body language was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, shit, I don't like this body language. Spade, me and you talk all the time about sports, and I always tell you about LeBron body language. I'd be like, oh, he got that look I don't like. Like sometimes LeBron get that look like, man, I don't even want to play with these dudes. And I'd be like, why LeBron look like that? My coach used to call it looking funny in the face. Like I can look and be like, look funny in the face. And when Harden missed those free throws, I said, oh shit, he look funny in the face, yo. Like you got to just shake that shit off. You got to shake it off. But Harden missing those free throws, Capella Jesus Christ, has been.
And he was better
of himself. He has not been.
He actually he wasn't good, but that was actually an improvement over the cat they had out there in Game 5.
I mean, that's true, and it still was bad. But all his shots was layups
and alley-oop finish. Like he had 2 or 3 alley-oop finishes from Chris Paul.
Man, it was bad. EG, and you want to know what? EG he just had a bad game, man. You can say what you want. He had a bad game. I think he had 9 points.
Yeah,
you're not he only attempted
2 threes, dog. He only attempted.
I'm sorry, you're not gonna win. And then you get Chris Paul best game. You get his best game. Spade, I'm gonna tell you what else I don't like, and I kind of felt how you felt too about the James Harden statement at the end of the game. I think he was talking about D'Antoni. Spade, you cannot. I don't care how y'all feel about Harden. Chris Paul been terrible all aside from last night. He's been terrible in the playoffs. You cannot draw up an end of the game play. And Spade, you know Gerald Green is my guy.
That's your guy.
You cannot draw up an end of the game play for Gerald Green. You have to put the ball in one of your superstars' hand, or at least one of your guys that's being paid like a superstar, James Harden or Chris Paul hands, and then let them make a play. Now, Spade, if you wanna give it to James Harden and let him kick it to Gerald Green or kick it to EG or kick it to Austin Rivers, so be it. And if they miss, they miss. But I did not like the call. And the crazy thing is, it had to be a play coming out of the at the timeout, because during the telecast, Van Gundy was like, at this point in the game, they like to get Gerald Green a quick 3 right here. And I'm thinking to myself, that shit ain't the move. When he said it, I'm like, that shit ain't the move. And lo and behold, they got Gerald Green a quick three, and it looked like it got blocked to me. I don't think it just looked like it looked like it got blocked. But it got blocked, and that was all she wrote. Listen, you put the ball in James Harden's hand or Chris Paul's hand and let the chips fall where they may. I didn't like that call, and to me, see, situations like that, we always talk about coaching, or like, I asked you, Spade, how much do coaches really do in basketball? You asked me about coaching in football and shit like that. To me, that's when coaching is key right there. You know, during the game, you know, oh yeah, give me a 20, give me a timeout. Football, you know, throw the red flag, don't throw the red flag, go for it on fourth down. We talk about this shit. We 200 plus episodes deep in this show.
Yeah, man.
We talk about this shit all the time. I feel coaching is extremely important in those aspects of the game at those crucial moments right there. That's when coaching. Listen, I feel like that's when it's the most prevalent. Like, that's when you gotta see it. And I don't know. I don't know where the Rockets go from here. Spade, I had the Warriors winning in 7. Listen, even when KD got hurt, I don't want to see KD get on my damn nerve with the bullshit. I didn't want to see KD get hurt. I'm like, this sucks for KD. I'm glad it ain't his Achilles. I'm glad he's going to be able to return for the playoffs. But I don't know what the Rockets do from here, man. I feel like the only thing they can... You look at these contracts, Spade. I got it right here. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm going to pull them up. Because these contracts, Jesus Christ. These bruh, Chris Paul, 34 years old. He made $35.6 million this year.
Ridiculous.
Next year, he made $38.5 million.
Ridiculous.
The year after that, 2021, he makes $41.3 million. Spade. Then he got a player option, which you know he's going to accept for 2021, 2022 for $44.2 million, bruh. Chris Paul is 34 years old and got like 3 more years on his contract. James Harden, we already know what he made, but Clint Capella made 15 this year, 16 in 2019, 2020, 17.5 in 2021, and 2021, 2022, he made 18 million. But that Chris Paul contract, ain't nobody taking that contract. Maybe, if you want to say, oh, maybe LeBron to give him a lifeline and trade, I don't know. But the way LeBron maneuvering with them Lakers, it don't look like that shit gonna happen either.
And LeParis, I don't understand. I didn't understand that contract when it was offered.
You said it. We got a show. You can look it up. You said it on the show.
Chris Paul was really good for Houston in the postseason last year, but it ended with an injury. And this was the contract they gave to an injured 33-year-old.
Yeah, man. Like I said, my criticism of James Harden was definitely them free throws. E.g., shot terribly. Capella missed a ton of layups. Listen, man, I don't know where they go from here. I feel like the only thing they can do is fire D'Antoni. What else can they do? What else can they do, Spade?
I feel the same way.
I'm going to tell you what else, Spade. I'm going to tell you what else. You see Capella. I don't have Capella stats in front of me. Do you have them?
Yeah. For what game?
What Capella went last night?
5
of 11, I think.
I was finna say, I think. Hold up. I said I had it. Oh,
but I seen Capella mishandle some passes.
Yeah, 5 of 11.
I see 5 of 11. I seen him miss some easy. Like I said, he ain't pulling no middies. Miss some easy layups, and I'm screaming at my TV. Now I know what's the name was injured. Fareed was injured, but last night he was a healthy go. He didn't log a minute, Spade.
Yeah.
I don't understand. To me, that's coaching. That's coaching. I don't know what they can do. I don't know. Because Chris Paul getting his bread. He got a player option the final year of his contract. Y'all think he opting out? No way.
You know what I like to see?
He ain't getting $44 million from anywhere else.
I would like to see. Look, man. Chris Paul done made money in his career. What he haven't done is prove that he can win in the postseason. And I don't care what anybody say. I feel like the competitive nature in Chris Paul, that got to bother him. So what I would like to see is Chris Paul restructure that thing. Come on, bro. Take a little bit less, though, and allow them. He might not. I'm saying what the James Harden fan in me, this is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see them go in a different way with coaching. And this ain't no shade to D'Antoni. I still feel like D'Antoni's system.
What would be the answer at coaching, though? What's the answer?
You know who I want to see? Mark
Jackson? It's Mark Jackson, for whatever reason, rub people the wrong way. He never get them calls, man.
I don't know.
And maybe he get them calls and be like, nah, I ain't messing with that.
I would like to see somebody who is a player's coach. Listen, man. I know the young folks probably don't think Mark Jackson nobody special, but Mark Jackson played a very crucial role in that Pacer team. And that Pacer team is another team that kept running into the buzzsaw called the Chicago Bulls. But if you look at that team wasn't that deep. You had Mark Jackson, you had Reggie Miller, you had the Davises, and then you had Rick Smith, the Duncan Dutchman. And Mark Jackson, when you hear young Mark Jackson talk about how he would come out and...
Hold up, we ain't gonna throw no shade on my homie, yo. Hold up.
Ooh.
Hold up. Wasn't my dude Detlef Schrempf there?
Yeah, but that was earlier. I feel like, I mean, you might want to fact check me, but I feel like around this time I'm talking about, the Detlef was gone. It was them Davises.
Let me just check.
Yeah, check. But when you hear young Mark Jackson talk about how he would go to Reggie Miller and get Reggie ready and tell Reggie, like, look, you shoot this shot, nobody can guard you. Like, he not only set the table, which is very important, but he knew how to get his teammates going from a mental aspect too. And I don't think he lost all that. I could be wrong, man. I could be living in fairy tale land. But I still credit Mark Jackson with the success of building this Golden State Warrior team. I mean, I know he didn't make all the calls. He probably ain't make all the draft picks. But I feel like the same way he would tell Reggie, can't nobody guard you. You shoot that shot. You the man. Can't nobody stop you. They been talking trash all week to get Reggie going. That's the same guy that said Steph and Clay was the best shooting backcourt in basketball when they wasn't. Nobody didn't see it. Mark either saw it and got them to believe it, or maybe he didn't even see it, but he got them to believe it, and that was all that mattered. And I don't know, man. Like I said, I could be completely wrong, man. Maybe I view Mark Jackson in this way that nobody else views him, but I would like to see Mark Jackson back in coaching. It bothers me. It bothers me that he had that team where they was at, and we ain't seen an offer. I don't know. Was it an offer? I don't remember. But I don't think we've seen an offer to Mark since that. That bothers me. I got a problem with that.
I think he rubbed people the wrong way, man. I don't know why people don't like him.
I don't know.
And you was right. Detlef Schrempf was gone. They had Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, the Davis brothers, Austin Crozier, Jonathan Bender. They had my dude Al Harrington too. Shout out to him. He from Jersey. Al Harrington.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to him.
And then later, of course,
Jalen Rose, Rick Smith.
Yeah.
Sam Perkins. He used to spray up.
Yeah.
But Sam Perkins was old.
He was past his prime.
Chris Mullin was there too, but I mean, he was 14-year vet at this time. Yeah. This is.
So I mean,
he was going. Yeah, Schrempf was gone.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's who I would like to see. But I wanted to say this, and I started with this, and then I got lost in my own thoughts. But the past, you remember this, and I remember this. You remember the years of Jordan running into the buzzsaw? Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Golden State fan, and I am a James Harden fan, so I do not like Houston losing to Golden State. I don't. But I like what's building. I'm watching it, and I'm telling you, I feel like if that moment happens where James Harden and the Houston Rockets find a way to get past Golden State, bruh, I think that takes James Harden to a level. I think mentally, once he defeat that, LeParis, you know what I'm talking about, and I feel like I ain't saying it right, but you know what I'm talking about. When you keep running into that same wall.
I know, I'm a Bulls fan. I remember when the Bulls used to run into Detroit.
But I'm talking about,
and they used to.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
What it's going to do to Harden from a confidence standpoint? From a confidence standpoint, whatever they do, if they get past Golden State, I don't think it's no stopping dude. And y'all can continue to hate, say what you want to say about his style of play and how many shots he's shooting, how many times he dribble, and all that other insane stuff. I'm going to tell you something else I don't like. LeParis, everybody else is allowed to change the game, man. Steph can shoot it from the parking lot. People like it. And
bro, they calling Damian Lillard Logo Lillard now.
Yeah, man. But I feel like James is doing something that we haven't seen before. Everybody don't like it, but it's something that we haven't seen before. Just like when we first saw people shooting these unnecessarily deep threes, that was something we haven't seen before. But it seemed like when other people change the game, it's welcomed. And James Harden's changing of the game isn't welcome. It might not be as sexy to watch. It might not be as fun. Hell, it might not even be as cool. But I don't know. It's something in me as a fan of the sport. It wouldn't
be me if I ain't asked you the hard question.
Ask me the hard question, bro.
I gotta ask you the hard question. You don't have any criticism for Harden. Now I know you said that you ain't like his body language during the game.
I don't.
But other than that, for game 6,
no, I don't. Okay. Because you know what I think.
I asked him, y'all. I asked him.
LePairs, let me ask you. Let me ask you.
Go ahead.
He stayed aggressive. He played. That's his game. That's his game. He was 6 of 15 from 3. He stayed aggressive. It's 6 of 15 from 3. I ain't even terrible. Somebody gonna come through and be like,
I don't think he played bad.
I don't think he led the entire game in steals. I think he led the entire game in steals.
Aside from them free throws, my only other problem was I would have liked James Harden or Chris Paul, either one, whoever you want to say. One of them when that shit got drawn up, in the huddle, and they was like, "Yo, Gerald Green gonna pull this through." I would have, and maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they did. I would have liked one of them to say, "Yo, you got to give me the ball."
I don't really like how you so sure that was a drawn up play. How we know Gerald just ain't just pull that guy? How we know he ain't just pull a Carlton Banks?
I'm assuming. I'm assuming.
Because I still don't want to believe D'Antoni drew up a play for Gerald Green. And I like Gerald. This ain't Gerald Green shade.
Based off the telecast Spade and based off how that shit went down, that shit looked drawn up to me. I could be wrong. I'm assuming. And you know they said when you assume you make an ass out of yourself. But I am assuming. But Van Gundy said in these situations, they like to get Gerald Green a quick 3 here. And lo and behold, that's exactly what the hell happened.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right. And it makes sense for you to be right because not only did Van Gundy know it, apparently Golden State knew it.
Yeah, Golden State knew it. I mean, they was right there.
So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like that, I would have liked one of them to say, "Yo, you got to give me the ball." And you rather lose with the ball in Harden. Or especially this game because Paul had it going. You rather lose with the ball in Harden or Paul hand than a Gerald Green shot.
You know.
And I know Gerald Green can hit those shots, but sometimes Gerald Green don't know the difference between a good or a bad shot. I'm sorry, he don't. He don't know the difference. He pull all of them. He shoot them all. Gerald Green get the ball. That shit touch his hand. He pulling that shit. I thought Gerald Green was going to bang on old boy last night too. I almost lost my mind. He got fouled.
I feel like this. I feel like the only thing that scared me about this team moving forward is Chris Paul. I've been extremely hard on Chris Paul this year. I felt like he deserved it. He got injured early in the year, and that team was playing bad, and James Harden did everything he had to do to wheel that team to victories. We were seeing performances, again, that we'd never seen before. The first ever 60-point triple-double in the history of this doggone league. You know how tough it is to be the first to do some shit in 2019, bro? And I was hoping if Chris Paul was hurt, and he missed a significant amount of time. Chris Paul went out for a week. He went out for like a week or 2 weeks. Chris Paul missed damn near a month. And I was just hoping, I just hope that he's saving himself, and we're going to see it in the postseason. And Chris Paul looked like a shell of himself, man. And he got 2 or 3 years left on that contract at 34. Who thought this was who signed the contracts over there? Who thought that was a good deal, bro? And even if he didn't get hurt last season, he still was 33. I don't know how Chris Paul finessed that contract out of them dudes, man. But the big 3 for this team, and Harden, Capella, and Chris Paul, them dudes ain't getting no younger, man. I think Harden's 30. I don't know. He's either 29 or 30.
Shit, if I'm not mistaken, I think EG, maybe not this year, maybe the next year, I think EG got to get paid. I don't know if they not going to have no bread, bruh.
Yeah, and for those
that forgot. That's why they getting guys like Gerald Green. That's why they got guys like them, because they don't have any money.
Exactly.
They're not gonna have any money.
Exactly. So for everybody who was like,
so I can't even ask you who the hell you think they can pick up because they not
can't
gonna have
afford
any
nobody.
money.
And that's for everybody who was saying the Golden State Warriors don't have a deep bench. That's the same song in Houston. They gave up อุPodOmatic.
Yeah, because they got Boogie. Because Boogie took like $2 million.
Yeah, man.
Boogie took like the mid-level Inception or some shit.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy. I'm a fan. I never let the fact that I'm a fan blur my vision. I don't care what other people say on their networks. I never let that blur my vision. I come on this show and I talk about what I see with my eyes. And I never thought the Rockets was going to win this series as bad as I want them to. I want the Rockets to sweep. And let me say this. It was a lot of folks going back and forth with me on Twitter. And I ain't take none of that personal. We all talked our talk. That's what we do. But I saw a tweet. Somebody tweeted that Steph Curry game was one of the top playoff performances of all time. Are you kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me? This man didn't score in the first half. And he scored 23 points in the fourth quarter of a game 6 in the semifinals round. It ain't even the conference finals. I thought all that stuff weighed into your performance. Like, people have a big game and they'll be like, was it a game 7 game? Were they backs against the wall? And he was like, I'm just talking about the fact that he's injured. First of all, he's not injured. Stop saying that. He's not injured. That's one. 2, he's stressing over his wife. Says who? How you know? That man don't care about that mess Aisha talking over his wife.
Oh.
Y'all really think that mess got Steph Curry bothered? The Steph ain't bothered by that. If he had... Bro, all of a sudden everybody watching TV Dr. Phil, they know his mental state. He's not in a good mental place. Shut up. Ain't nothing wrong with that, boy. Ain't nothing wrong with him. That's why he can dribble all around. This man dribbling like he playing an And1 mixtape tour game, and folks is still telling me his hand hurt and it's affecting him shooting. All you do with the off-ball hand is this. When you shooting, it don't do nothing but hold the ball. I think dribbling is tougher with a dislocated finger. But maybe I don't know nothing. Maybe my eyes don't work, LaParis. Maybe my eyes don't work.
Listen to this shit, bro. Listen to this.
Greatest.
I have the Rockets roster.
Go ahead.
First of all, P.J. Tucker played amazing.
I love P.J.
I know he had a bad game.
I love P.J.
P.J. Tucker, man. He one of those dudes, man, just gritty, tough, do the dirty work. But P.J. Tucker, Spade, 34 years old. Iman Shumpert, 28 years old. Austin Rivers, 26. That's a guy they should keep. I feel like they should keep him. Chris Paul, 34. You said it already.
Yep.
They got that's why they got to get guys like Daniel House and shit. Daniel House, 25, not making a lot of bread.
They got Gary Clark, right?
Nene. Yeah. Well, Gary Clark, 24. He's 24. But Spade, Nene, 36. James Harden, 29. Gerald Green, 33. Eric Gordon, 30. Kenneth Faried, 29. I forgot Kenneth Faried stayed in college, I think, all 4 years. He went to Morehead State. Shout out to him. He's from Jersey. But he's 29. Capella, 24. I mean, there's some other guys. I mean, they got some young guys, but these guys are probably D-League guys like Gary Clark. He didn't play. Somebody named Trevin.
Who is that?
Trevin Duval. I don't know.
Who is that, bro? I don't know who the hell that is.
They got a guy named Vincent Edwards. I don't know these guys. Bruh, but I think like Iman making $11 million, he probably about to come off the books. LeBron got Iman that money, didn't he?
I ain't no telling, probably.
But I mean, PJ Tucker makes $7.9 million. Spade. I mean, I feel like for what you get for PJ, I don't know if PJ contract up. I'm trying to look, but I feel like PJ got to be back.
If you can get him back, got to.
If you can get him. I mean, I'm just looking at this roster, man.
I can't believe they gave Chris Paul all that money, bro. That's just that hurt my
stomach. That game when they took when James Harden got hit in the eye, and Chris Paul had asked to come out the game. I looked at who was on the court and I was like, Jesus Christ, who are these guys? But I just don't know what they're gonna do with that roster. I think it's time. It's kind of the same thing that I felt like with Marvin Lewis, and I mean Marvin Lewis didn't even have a playoff win. At least D'Antoni is at least getting past the first round. But I just feel like it's time for a new voice in there. Now, who the voice should be, I don't know. But I just feel like with D'Antoni, it's not working. It's not working.
Let me ask you this,
It's
Lopez.
not working.
It was a lot of folks like, oh, no excuses for Houston fans. People like to do ignorant stuff like this. I thought Houston said it was the refs. Houston literally said that for one game. And it was some very controversial calls for that one game. You ain't heard Houston complain about the refs anymore since that game. I don't know why y'all still holding on to that, but folks is tweeting me, I thought it was the refs. Okay. I thought if Chris Paul was healthy last year, they would have won. Not sure how that's relevant for this game, but okay. But Paris, my question to you is this. If James Harden have a better game and they win game 6, and they go back to Golden State and lose for game 7, is it any better on James Harden's quote-unquote legacy?
No.
So what?
Like
I don't understand.
No.
Bro, I don't get
Man,
folks.
I told you.
I don't get them.
On the phone, look, James Harden has entered that LeBron round.
Facts.
And I mean, I'm not, what people going to say, well, he's not LeBron. LeBron won champion. I'm not talking about that.
Exactly.
I'm talking about you either on one side with LeBron or the other.
Yep.
Like you either like LeBron or you don't.
Yep.
And James Harden has entered that round.
That is
like,
true.
You either like LeBron or you don't. Yep. And people just like when people tell you they don't like LeBron, it seems to be hate. Like I'm not saying like they are a hater. I mean they hate that man.
They hate him.
They hate him.
They hate him.
And it's the same thing with James Harden. That's kind of how I feel about Wiggins. Like I hate Wiggins,
bro.
Like that same hate they have for those guys, I hate Wiggins.
Do you?
But
my bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that he entered that round like it's like LeBron beat a 73-9 team, came back the next year, and lost to Golden State. And they was like, "Oh look, that's why last year was a fluke." What? If Draymond wouldn't have got suspended, miss me with that shit. Like if they don't like you, this is the treatment you get, and this is the social media. This is all the social media. All this shit is just piled on the memes and all. And like I said, back in the day, you used to get this shit. You talk sports, you go to the barbershop. Now everybody can talk sports in the palm of their hand. Spade, we talk about kids and shit. We tell them, me and you talk, and we be like, man, kids got computers in the palm of their hands. They don't know nothing about going to no library and shit. They just Google shit. We used to have to go to the library and all that shit. But now everybody got a podcast, and I ain't saying that because I feel like our podcast, maybe not to a higher degree, but I feel like our podcast is established. We over 200 episodes in. I feel like we established ourselves. People know we ain't on no bullshit. We ain't just we doing this. We ain't just here like, oh, let's see if it pop. If it don't, let's do something else. We've been doing this shit for years. And I feel like everybody got a podcast. Everybody is a sports analyst. Everybody can just tweet some shit and just run with it. And only take one silly ass meme or one silly ass statement. That shit get 100,000 likes and retweets and your shit viral and everybody see it. So that shit gotta be tough. But I just feel like James Harden at this stage in his career, he's in that LeBron realm where you either on the I mess with Harden side or I hate that man, and that's where it is.
That's fine.
But to say, you said you followed somebody that said this man is trash. Like, see, that's why I told you I got a thing. When I say somebody trash, it's because I really believe it. People just throw that shit around like, oh my God, you cannot say James Harden is trash at basketball.
Yeah, man.
You can't. Like I said, I don't like Kobe Bryant. But I would be a fool to say Kobe Bryant is trash. Come on, man. Like, to just make statements like that, it's just idiotic. It's idiotic.
Do you remember?
And to go back, Spade. Go ahead.
You remember Bryant had fallen into a thing in Miami where it would be the end of the game and Brown would drive, the defense would crash. He would kick it out to somebody wide open. And they would miss the shot, and then next day, everybody would be like, LeBron ain't got a clutch string. He just don't have a clutch string. Why would he not take that shot? I had somebody tell me, they was like, Ray Allen saved LeBron with that shot, because that was a stupid 3 that LeBron took. And I was like, man, LeBron really can't win. Like, if he'd have just came down and passed and Ray would have missed the shot, they'd have said, LeBron's scared to take that shot. He took the shot and missed it, and it got kicked out to Ray Allen. Ray Allen made it. They said Ray Allen saved Bron, and that was a stupid shot to take. And you are absolutely right in the comparison because James Harden is there, bro. I'm telling you. If he shoot a lot, he shot too much. If he don't shoot, he was scared of the moment. If he passing, he just trying to ramp up his assists. If he not passing, he ball hogging. If he get into the charity stripe, he flopping. He cannot win, bro. I honestly feel like if James Harden wins a championship next season, you ain't going to see nothing but a bunch of folks complaining about his play style, saying he ruining the game. Hey, I take my hat off to the dude. I don't know how he do it. I've been jumped on some KD. I've been had to get at somebody on social. But
yeah, you just gotta let it be, bro. It would be arguing with it, like KD would just make it. And to the Warriors' points, babe, I told you, I said the Warriors want to prove they can get it again without KD. And if you watch after the game,
yep, go ahead.
After the game, going in the tunnel, the way Draymond Green
and Clay
hugged Steph Curry
and Clay.
Oh my, and Clay, bro. The way Draymond Green was greeting those dudes, I said, yo. That dude wanted that shit without KD, bruh. Part of me, I ain't say this to you, but part of me believe they don't want KD to come back and they want to get that shit. Part of me believe that. They don't want him to come back. Part of me believe that. And we already know KD is all world, and it'll be easier to me, in my opinion, with him, with KD. But part of me believe I believe they want that shit without KD again. Because the way I seen Draymond greet them dudes in that tunnel, I was like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, this shit it wasn't just about beating them Rockets to me. I didn't feel, we just beat the Rockets and we going on to the Western Conference Finals. I didn't get that feeling. I got that feeling like we did this shit without KD. But that's me. Like I said, we look at things and we see things through our eyes. And other people may feel like, oh, that shit was just about them beating the Rockets. And
yeah, I'm going to cut a lot of this out.
No, leave this shit, bro.
I'm going to cut a lot of this out because I don't feel like all the messages were concise. I felt like at times we was doing some rambling. But I do want to say this in closing. I love the sport of basketball, man. And it's just amazing how social media has changed the way we look at the sport of basketball. People are...
I think sports, period, though.
You're absolutely right. Sport, matter of fact, it ain't even just sports, but it's a sports pod, so I'll stop there.
Everything.
But everything. Social media changes the way people look at things. And clearly, it's a part of me that like to debate on social media. But after that game, some of the tweets that I saw, I was like, wow, it's crazy, man. Fans are really crazy. All of us are really crazy. But to see people say things like, I knew it, James Harden's a fraud, he'll never win. And I was like, wow, people are acting as though he lost to the Boogieless Pals or something. Like, he lost, bruh. It's just like, it's literally just like back in the day. The Chicago Bulls had the game in the Cobra Clutch, and until something happened to shake that roster up, nobody else was winning. It is rare that you see a team put together that can be that dominant, and clearly Golden State is that team. They proved that by surpassing the 72-10 record that those Chicago Bulls set. This is a really good team, man, and all those guys deserve their credit. Steph, Clay, I am not a fan of this guy, but Andre Iguodala, he shot phenomenal from three. They was giving Iggy the three, and Iggy was killing that shit the entire series. And I got folks telling me like, no, Harden was supposed to win this. And I'm like, if you just take player for player, I don't know why people felt like the Rockets were supposed to win. If you go Harden, boom. You go Steph. Even if you cancel them out, you're trying. Is it anybody that thinks CP3 better than Klay? Is it anybody that got Capella being better than Drake?
But see, I wouldn't even put Harden. Oh, you just going last night?
Yeah, no, I'm saying
I would put Harden with KD.
Well, I'm saying for Game 6. I'm saying this is minus KD. Everybody was like, no KD.
Okay, cool.
The Rockets are the better team. They should win. And I was like, I don't see that. If you take those rosters side by side, you can take Steph and Harden and say, boom, cancel out, boom, get them out of there. You put Klay. Who on Houston do you want to say cancel out with Klay? You can't even say EG when EG's having a great game. And I love EG, but great game EG is one. He's offensive, but you know Klay is a two-way player. So already you struggling to cancel out. But let's say you take EG and you cancel that out. Let's say you want to do that. Man, Iguodala was guarding the best. I don't know, man. I don't know what people see. I don't see it though, dog.
They don't like him, man. I'm telling you, they don't like him. Period. They don't like him.
We spent enough time on this. Let's get up out of here, bro.
Like I said last week on the show, Spade, I said nobody. I said maybe like Houston fans, or maybe like the people in Houston, but nobody had the Rockets beating the Warriors. Nobody. And that was before KD got hurt.
Well, apparently somebody did, because I was tweeting with somebody last night, and they were saying that I was upset because Harden's my boy, and then they revealed that they had Houston winning 4-0. What? What are you smoking? What? Bruh. And then I had to ask myself, should I even be debating with a person that had Houston?
Spade, what I tell you all the time, though. What do I tell you all the time?
Everybody don't deserve a reply. That's your motto.
Yes. And I choose who I respond to, man. And you think people... Man, I'm a Cowboy fan, man. You think people don't be... Dak... It's reported Dak may get $30 million. You think people ain't in my mentions? That shit ain't happened yet. Listen, and if Dak get $30 million and I tweet about that shit, it will be to the public. I ain't atting nobody, but everybody do not. Some people just crazy, especially when it comes to sports, being fanatics and all that shit. Some people just crazy.
I don't even think Slim Thug had them boys sweeping. Who the hell had? Shut up. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, man. Everybody don't deserve a reply, man. And that don't mean don't tweet us, because we reply. We talk sports all day on that shit. I don't know what Spade do now because I'm muted. But now he muted. So now he muted. So I don't even know what Spade do.
I shouldn't be muted. I ain't do nothing wrong.
Now you muted too. You muted till I'm unmuted. Wow. And then I decide when to unmute you. But we talk sports on there that's basically all we do on Twitter. We goof off sometimes and be like me with the jokes and shit. But 9 times out of 10 on our Twitter, we talking sports. 9 times out of 10. But so we respond to people, but everybody do not deserve a response. Or sometimes you just gotta leave it like, cool, you got it.
Oh, that's
whatever.
That's the official. I'm done talking to you. I said that in an earlier show. When I tweet you got it. You basically muted to me. You're not muted, but you basically muted.
Yeah, you just gotta leave it there sometimes.
Let's get out of here, man. We spent way too much time on this.
I mean, we got to do Strong Arm Performer of the Week.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's time to get off this topic. Hey, man, I already know you guys are going to hit me up. I welcome it. You know, give me your honest.
I think the comments going be on fire.
Even shout out to the homie Markel. Even Markel, I'm highly disappointed in you. Markel tweeted me and said, Spade, now you know Houston was the better team tonight and they should have won. Like they didn't take advantage. And I'm like, I don't know that. And I don't know why y'all saying that. I honestly don't know why y'all think Houston was better just because KD was off the court. I don't know why y'all saying that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on, man. Last segment of the show today. It's called a Strong Arm Performer of the Week. And, man, if you're new to our show, you're going to love this segment. Check it out. It is essentially an award, right? It's virtual, so it ain't real. But pretend like it is. And they got like diamonds and emeralds and rubies. They got all kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, this shit is beautiful.
I mean, look, you know what I'm talking about? There's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, this shit is beautiful.
And we trick it out and we give it away to a male or female athlete who raised his or her level of play to ensure that their team got the win. Now, you heard me right. They have to ensure that their team got the win. We don't give it to losers. We don't support. Ain't no participation awards on this show. All right? Now, let me tell you, I'm really good at this segment. This guy, you know what I'm saying? But I think you on the street. 2 in a row, you did good. Can you make it 3? LaParis, who is your strong arm performer of the week and why?
Listen, I was going to give it to Bow Wow for tonguing down Tyree.
You know what? You're never getting unmuted now. You're never getting
but
unmuted.
That's what I was going to do. But because that happened some time ago, I'm going to go another route. And I decided to take it to Philadelphia, and I'm going to go with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Spade. Jimmy Butler don't have this game, they lose. Jimmy Butler, like I said earlier in the show, for whatever reason, it seemed wherever Jimmy Butler land, he's the heart and soul of that team, and he just show up with this grit, this backpack, work pail type of attitude, and he gets it done by any means necessary. And I hate to use that in this, but that's what he do. Jimmy Butler went 9-18 Spade for 25 points, had 6 rebounds, 8 dimes, 2 steals to force a game 7 in a tough. It's gonna be a tough environment up there in Toronto. But Jimmy Butler was the reason that these guys was able to get it done in game 6. And for that performance, Jimmy Butler, and for you being the heart and soul of the Philadelphia 76ers, you are my strong arm performer of the week, Jimmy Butler.
You just gonna give him that title? He the heart and soul? You just gonna give him that?
Yes.
Okay.
He is.
Did you talk to Joel about this first?
Man.
Okay.
He the heart and soul of that team, bro.
Okay. All right. He ain't got no cool nickname. They call him the Process?
Who, Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
Nah, they call him Jimmy G Buckets. That's what they call him.
What the G stand for?
He the real Jimmy G. Who the hell is Garoppolo? He ain't do shit.
What that G stand for? Get. Jimmy Get.
Get.
That's whack.
Jimmy Get Buckets.
That's whack. Anyway, man,
Jimmy
I know y'all thought I
Buckets.
was going to give my strong arm performer of the week to Golden State Warrior, but in the most slangiest way I can say,
Oh, I just knew you was going Curry. That's why I didn't give it to him.
ain't. All right?
Oh,
Yeah, man. I want to go out to Portland, Oregon, and I want to give my strong arm performer of the week to a cat who came off the bench, was super efficient, 8 of 12 from the field, 3 or 4 from beyond the arc, 6 and 9 at the free throw line, chipped in with 4 boards, was plus 21, plus 20 freaking 1, and I'm talking about Rodney Hood, who had 25 points off the bench. Hey, man, I know you got pretty good games from CJ. You got a pretty good game from Dame, but I'm going to keep it a stack with you. You didn't get a good game from Cantor. You didn't get a good game from Harkless. You didn't get a good game from Aminu, and you would not have won this game without the one and only Rodney Hood. I'm happy for the dude. I'm glad to see him playing to the level that I want to say I knew he could play at. I didn't even know if he could be this guy. I knew he was better than he was in Cleveland. I didn't really even know he was this guy. I keep saying this. I ain't got a dog in the fight. I don't care about the Nuggets or the Blazers. I just want to see good basketball, and that's what they've been providing. But Portland, you guys would not have got that dub. You wouldn't have got the last 2 dubs had it not been for Rodney Hood. And Rodney, for those performances, you are truly my strong arm performer of the week. That's how you earn it. Matter of fact, LaParis, have you already given yours away? Give it to me. Give both of them to Rodney. Give me yours.
Nah. Jimmy Butler earned that shit.
Stop
Spade, before I close the show,
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say.
I want you to give your farewell to James Harden, because he would no longer be mentioned on this show for some time.
James, look, man, keep doing what you do, bro. You know you one of the baddest mofos in this league, bro. Keep cooking them up, keep saucing them, and you know what? When you get by Golden State, bro, then you go to your final form. You know what I'm saying? When you finally beat, I've seen this happen before, LaParis and Dragon Ball. You watch Dragon Ball?
No.
Super?
Dragon Ball Cheeks? Absolutely not.
You don't watch Super?
I don't watch any of that shit.
Z?
I don't watch
You don't watch
anime.
Z?
No anime.
You don't watch GT? Well, let me tell you something. Final form is what James Harden gonna go to if he get past Golden State. If you get by Golden State, James Harden, you go to your final form and can't nobody stop you. Trust me, bro. I've seen this.
Let me be devil's advocate. What if he never get by? So he never get into final form?
He'll never go to final form, man, and that would be sad. That would be sad.
Jesus. Okay.
You trying to make me emotional?
Spade, you ain't got nothing.
Nah, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say, man. I want to unmute you,
cool.
man, but I need you to grow up.
Listen, man. We want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports, the podcast did amazing this week. I want you guys to keep that momentum. Also, if you new here, hit the subscribe button. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. There's also a little bell up there. You can click that bell. It sends a notification to your mobile device to let you know that a new episode has been uploaded to our YouTube channel. If you don't want to see two dudes arguing in a box, it's okay. We got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, ऊPodOmatic, iTunes, Spotify. We are everywhere. There's no reason why you should ever miss the show. I want to also state, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Give thanks. Thank your mother. Spade, happy Mother's Day to your mother, your wife, everybody in your family. I want to say happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody, mother that supports and show love to our podcast. We love all the moms, man.
Hey, let me say
so
something.
I want to say happy Mother's Day. Go ahead.
If it's any mothers that's watching our show, if you part of our YouTube crowd, do me a favor, just drop in the chat. You can just say, I'm a mom or whatever. And the other viewers, I want y'all to go through and show some love, even though they ain't your mom, man. Because I truly believe, I tell y'all all the time, I'm a proud mama's boy, man. I'm a proud mama's boy, and mamas make the world go round, man. Look, my mom the GOAT. So, yeah, man, big shout out to all the mothers in the world. I want to put that disclaimer in there, said those of you that's doing what you're supposed to do. But I ain't got to say all that. Shout out. No. If you watching this show and you a mom, let me know.
Shout out to the real fathers.
Cause I want to pay you your respects.
Word. Shout out to all the moms, man. Happy Mother's Day. Enjoy that. It's Mother's Day. We got some good ass games tomorrow. 2 game 7s. We're gonna enjoy that, man. We're gonna be right back next week with another bomb ass show. We want to thank you guys for your continued. Also, let me say this real quick. If you watching on iTunes, leave a review, leave a rating. It helps the show out. We cannot thank y'all enough for your continued support. We will see you guys next episode, man. We out. Peace.